Hello? All right. Emmanuel láti ẹ̀bọ̀ tíyàn bá ti ṣiṣẹ́ náà yẹn náà dẹ̀ náà since tíyàn ti wà on Emmanuel láti máa tẹ̀lé lọ sí ń bọ̀. Ẹ̀bọ̀ sórí 259. Yeah. Screenshot ẹ̀ sẹ́bi kan mo ti wà on báyìí nísìnyí. Tó bá wọrí fóònù mo ti send ẹ̀ sẹ́. All right. Mo ti send ẹ̀ sẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo wa níbi tí ẹ bá ti láǹfààní àti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Mo kí gbogbo wa pátápátá, and I say a very good afternoon and welcome to 24 hours after the attack on our people. The question then is, what next? Quite a lot of conversation yesterday. It's now almost 24 hours after the attack. And the question is, what next? My name is Koikimedia, and I welcome you all as you're just joining the broadcast from wherever you're watching. We've all, Mumbo, for me 1 minute. Yellow. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. It's been a very long 24 hours, and it's just the beginning, because the real deal has not happened. Just bear with me as we roll out this afternoon section. What next 24 hours after the attack? While I'm waiting for that, we might as well just listen to the message from my father, the man of the people, the man that saw tomorrow, talking about Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. What a wrong message, Yoruba, and I've delivered that message, but we will just analyze it again. What next 24 hours? So many people have said so many things. So many people have reacted. Are we now all satisfied with the reaction? Òun ló ń gba tọwọ́ ọmọdé, òun ló máa ń sọ. Ó ti sùn lọ níbi tó jókòó sí yẹn. Ti ṣe wàhálà. Ó ti sùn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. So, bí ṣe ń sọ lọ, now at least I have control of the TV. At least èmi àti oníjà sí mọ́. Bear with me, I'm still just about a few minutes to set up, and then we ẹ̀rọ ọmọdúà bó ṣe ń hanrun níbẹ̀ yẹn. Ọmọdúà yín nìyẹn. Máa gbé lọ sókè nísìn, ó máa lọ sùn nísìn properly. Let me just start this one. Ṣé ó ti mú wa nígbàyà bó ṣe pa àwọn ọmọ wa náà ní EndSARS nìyẹn? And then after a couple of days, everybody just fade off, and that's it. And you wonder whether something is wrong. We spent 5 hours lánàá lórí program. Níbi tó rẹ̀ mí dé, I slept off because I just could not. Má worry. How are you? Báwo ni school? Àwọn kan ló lọ school tó ti dé. Ayé tí mo kúkú fẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá náà nìyẹn tó ní kí n gbẹ́nu mi dákẹ́. Wọ́n ní ó ṣe jẹ́ mi nìkan. But ìyẹn ò ní jẹ́ kó sú àwa. Ọmọ ló lọ látàárọ̀, ó ti wọlé dé nísìn, ti lọ léèwé. Yes?
Did this kid go to school?
No, wọ́n ní school lẹ́ni.
Oh.
Yeah. But àwọn ò ní jẹ́ kó sú wa. Ẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó rẹ̀. I got something for you in there. Nítorí pé ìtẹ̀fẹ́ ṣe ni pé ẹ fẹ́ frustrate ara yín, kò rẹ̀ ń ṣerú àwọn lẹ́ẹ̀ máa frustrate. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nísìn kọ́ máa pariwo but nothing. You wonder, ẹ jẹ́ ní gbọ́mọ yẹn kó lọ sókè kó lọ sùn. Ẹ jẹ́ ń play message gbowó bàbá mi Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Májàsọ́lá. Ẹ jẹ́ gbọ́ audio yẹn mò ń bọ̀.
Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbà, mo kí ọkùnrin, mo kí obìnrin, mo kí ọba, mo kí ìjòyè, mo kí ẹ̀yin governors wa káàkiri ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, mo kí ẹ̀yin senator, orúkọ mi ní Sunday. Lẹ́yìn náà mo kí gbogbo àwa ìdílé tí àwọn èèyàn wa wà ní ibi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní jẹ́ kí àrírò ẹ̀ mọ́. Ọlọ́run ó sì jẹ́ kí kó tú gbogbo ẹbí àwọn tí nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní Catholic Church ní Ọ̀wọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá mi tù yín nínú. Ọlọ́run dólẹ̀ mi gbogbo wa. Ẹ̀yin bàbá mi ẹ̀ mọ̀. Ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí. Mi ò bá gọ́fúnà kankan jà, mi ò dẹ̀ bá sẹ́nitọ̀ kankan jà, mi ò bọ́ nẹ́rẹ́bù kankan jà. Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí nípa ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn Fúlàní yìí ń gbé. Ṣé wo bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá ní gbogbo ìgbà? Àwọn kan sọ Ìgbòho ló ń dàlúrú, ó fẹ́ dàlúrú ni, ó fẹ́ dá wa lálẹ́ ní sẹ́ẹ̀ tí wàá rí sìn. Kí ni wàhálà tí mo fẹ́ dálẹ̀? Gbogbo nǹkan tọ́lọ́run fún yẹn lọ́lọ́run fún mi náà. Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí mi ń sọ ni pé tá a bá ń sọ pé kò kàn mí tó bá kan ni tí ó súnmọ́ wa ń kọ́. Òun ni mo ṣe ń pariwo yẹn wípé ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè fọwọ́sowọ́ papọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọdé tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ tó láyà kíkanjú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tájọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ tá gbára wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní yìí. Wọ́n ti káàkiri, wọ́n ti sọ̀ráǹdì gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá. Ẹ wò àtọ́dún tó lọ mo ti ń ké ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀ rí. Ó sì bà náà ni kò tí ì bàjẹ́. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ọba ìjòyè, ẹ̀yin alágbára, ẹ̀yin gómìnà, mi ò bẹ́ni kankan jà Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ rínú mi. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi mi ò fi bínú kò dẹ̀ dùn mí. Mo gbà pé bọ́lọ́run ṣe kádàrá nìyẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì bàjẹ́ jù. Ẹ tètè dìde kẹ́ pè wá kẹ́ so gbogbo wa pọ̀. Ká tètè gbára wa sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípò yìí kó tó di pé yóò late. Ẹ dákun, ìmọ̀ràn mi ò ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò pọ̀. Mo kàn fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwa Yorùbá ká ṣera wa lọ́kan kó tó di pé yóò late mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. So mo rọ̀ ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, mo rọ̀ ẹ̀yin màmá mi, mo rọ̀ ọba, mo rọ̀ ìjòyè, mo rọ̀ gọ́fìnà, mo rọ̀ sẹ́nitọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè kí ká para wa pọ̀. Ká gbalẹ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípò yìí. Ìwà wa ò papọ̀, àṣà wa ò papọ̀, ìṣesí wa ò papọ̀, àjọra wa rárá. Mo rọ̀ yín, ẹ dákun, tí n bá ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan sẹ́nìkan tó bá ń lọ́rùn kò ní kó jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìdílé nìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ orúkọ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ní Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ̀ Sunday Igboho. Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo wa níbi tí ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. And we go straight to the anthem. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wá, orílẹ̀-èdè wa gbéga, kàgbéga fàyè rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtìlera ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú ó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde. bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa kúkú ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún gbọ́ ohun Ìgbòho ni máa play a lot lọ́sàn-án. I spoke with him yesterday and we've already spoken today before before he now prepared me to send a message out, which I've already done, as I'm sure a lot of you have listened. But ẹ jẹ́ ká connect the last two platforms so that they can have opportunity to also follow what is being said today. We've said a lot yesterday, and I don't think we want to repeat the same thing. Mo ti wà on by, mo ti wà on, mo ti rí message, mo ti wà on round the clock. Ẹ má ní ṣé kò ṣe rà ni, a lè rà, but tí ẹ bá lè rà fún wa kò pọ̀ jù kí wọ́n lè máa fi báṣẹ́ lọ náà ni. Gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí ẹ kúkú rán wa náà làwọn ọmọ yẹn ń jẹ́. So nọ́mbà tẹ máa lè ra MTN yẹn sí, tẹ bá pè mí màá fún yín ní nọ́mbà yẹn. It is very, very important that especially our team are up to date all the time and prepared for whatever might happen. If I sit here and I tell you that nothing is still going to happen, á jẹ́ pé mò ń deceive yín nìyẹn. There's a lot of intelligence that is still out there. We should expect more attack. Location, I don't know. But we got to be very, very vigilant. Níbo ló ti fẹ́ attack? I have no clue. 24 hours. Ẹ má bínú pé phone ni mo fi ń broadcast. I could not. Torí bàbá mi Ìgbòho ni mo ṣe lo software lẹ́ẹ̀kan. I don't think I have the energy to use the software because it will need a lot of prep and all that. So phone, tobacco take a headline. Yes, voucher ni mo mean. Anyone in Nigeria, I'm not asking you. I'm not stressed around. I'm speaking to the diaspora. I don't want those of you at home to buy the credit. I know you can buy it, but I don't want you to be the one to buy it. Anyone in Nigeria, I'm not asking you. I'm asking those diaspora, not those in Yoruba land, in Mombasa, Lori credit. I'm asking the diaspora. They can buy it. $5, $10. They can buy it straight to the phone. Could I share your phone MTN here? Kò ń ṣe pé Koikimedia team nìkan. Mo ń bọ̀ ìjọ má bínú. Hello. All right. Ẹ jẹ́ má bínú. Ẹ jẹ́ n play audio yẹn. Ọmọ Odo ti wà lẹ́yìn, wọ́n ti mú dé láti school. Èmi lè lọ kí n lọ pick ẹ̀, but ẹ̀gbọ́n àlọ́ bá ń pick ẹ̀. Mo ń bọ̀.
Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbà, mo kí
They are ready now. You want to go now and pick
mo
up?
kí ìjòyè, mo kí ẹ̀yin governors wa káàkiri ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, mo kí ẹ̀yin senator. Orúkọ mi ni Sunday, tí Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo ẹ̀mọ́ sí Sunday Igboho. Lẹ́yìn náà mo kí gbogbo àwa ìdílé tí àwọn èèyàn wa wà ní ibi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní jẹ́ kí àrírú ẹ̀ mọ́. Ọlọ́run ó sì jẹ́ kí kó tú. Ọlọ́run ó dólẹ̀ mi gbogbo wa. Ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, màmá mi, ohun tí mo ń sọ òun ló ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, tí mo ń pariwo, tí mo wá di èèyàn burúkú lójú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀yin gómìnà, ẹ̀yin sẹ́nítọ̀. Ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí. Mi ò bá gọ́fúnà kankan jà, mi ò dẹ̀ bá sẹ́nítọ̀ kankan jà, mi ò bọ́ nẹ́rẹ́bù kankan jà. Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí nípa ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn Fúlàní yìí ń gbé. Ẹ wo bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá ní gbogbo ìgbà. Àwọn kan sọ Ìgbòho ló ń dà lúrú, ó fẹ́ dà lúrú ni, ó fẹ́ dá wa lálẹ́ ni. Gbogbo nǹkan tọ́lọ́run fún yẹn lọ́lọ́run fún mi náà. Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí mi ń sọ ni pé tá a bá ń sọ pé kò kàn mí tó kan ni tí ó súnmọ́ wa ń kọ́. Òun ni mo ṣe ń pariwo yẹn wípé kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè fọwọ́sowọ́ papọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọdé tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ tó láyà kíkanjú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ká jọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká gbára wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní yìí wọ́n ti káàkiri, wọ́n ti sọ̀ráǹdì gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá. Ẹ wò àtọ́dún tó lọ mo ti ń ké ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀ rí, ó sì bà náà ni kò tí ì bàjẹ́. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ọba, ìjòyè, ẹ̀yin alágbára, ẹ̀yin gómìnà, mi ò bẹ́ni kankan jà, Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ rínú mi. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, mi ò fi bínú, kò dẹ̀ dùn mí, mo gbà pé bọ́lọ́run ṣe kádàrá nìyẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì bàjẹ́ jù. Ẹ tètè dìde kẹ́ pè wá, kẹ́ so gbogbo wa pọ̀, ká tètè gbára wa sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípò yìí kó tó di pé yóò late. So ẹ dákun, ìmọ̀ràn mi ò, ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò pọ̀. Mo kàn fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwa Yorùbá ká ṣera wa lọ́kan kó tó di pé yóò late mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. So mo rọ̀ ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, mo rọ̀ ẹ̀yin mọ̀mọ́ mi, mo rọ̀ ọba, mo rọ̀ jòyè, mo rọ̀ ẹ̀yin mọ̀mọ́ mi, mo rọ̀ ọba, mo rọ̀ jòyè, mo rọ̀ gọ́vnà, mo rọ̀ sẹ́nitọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè ká para wa pọ̀, ká gbalẹ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípò yìí. Ìwà wa ò papọ̀, àṣà wa ò papọ̀, ìṣesí wa ò papọ̀, àjọra wa rárá. Mo rọ̀ yín, ẹ dákun, tí n bá ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan sẹ́nìkan tó bá ń dùn, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ dáríjì mi. Bí mo ṣe ń hùwà, ọmọdé dẹ̀ ni mí. Ẹ dákun. So Ọlọ́run, ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yẹn, Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìdílé kọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, orúkọ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ní Sunday Adéyẹmọ, tí gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ̀ Sunday Igboho. Ẹ ṣé, mo dúpẹ́.
lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni, àbúrò yín, ẹ̀gbọ́n yín. Èmi ò kí ń ṣe bàbá, bọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ máa pè mí ní bàbá yín bí àtòrí tí mo gbé dání lẹ ṣe ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. I'm just in my 40s. I am not the bravest among all the Yorubas around the world. But I made one statement lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí mo jáde pé Nàìjíríà máa pín. Mo ní gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n ti gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀, àwọn kan tí ń ṣiṣẹ́ Yorùbá máa pín káwa tó bẹ̀rẹ̀. But that statement on that particular day pé I make sure pé àgbáyé máa bá wa dá sí tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà máa pín. The reason why I'm also using my laptop is so that I can read a lot of there's a lot happening, and the next article tí mo fẹ́ kà ẹ́ a máa ṣe analysis lórí tí bàbá wa Ìgbòho sọ. Máa play it continuously, and I want everybody to take lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ láti fi jot notes. Torí àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n là ń bá sọ̀rọ̀, òmùgọ̀ ló sì ń béèrè pé wọ́n ì tí gbọ́. Ṣé rí gbogbo statement pé wọ́n ì tí gbọ́ yẹn, ẹni tó bá ì tí gbọ́n kankan láti the last 24 hours pé Fúlàní lọ sí Ondo wọ́n dẹ̀ pa èèyàn 200. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí ẹ gbọ́ mọ́ tí ayé máa fi parẹ́. Nítorí pé ẹkún àwọn tí wọ́n ń pa yẹn ní moment tó ń pa wọ́n yẹn ó lọ around the globe. Okay, to increase volume yẹn má bínú. The phone was actually on a very low volume. Ẹ jẹ́ make sure pé gbogbo àwọn tó kù náà mo torí pé phone ni mò ń lò. Okay, this one is good and this one I guess is good. Bàbá rẹ̀ tó bá ṣe fún wa ní phone màá gbà lọ́wọ́ yín pẹ̀lú ìfẹ́. Yoruba land can't be overrun. We are prepared, ready to defend ourselves against external invaders. Prominent monarch Ọ̀jájá II, Kábíyèsí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀. That's the latest headline from the media. Ọọ̀ni condemns Ondo church attack on our land. Aṣọ, how do I want to put that? Ìyẹn kì í ṣe mórí ẹ̀ńbẹ̀ mass burial. Kò sí media ti bá rí wọn kò sáyé dẹ́mọ̀ tá ń pè mí. I don't want to take calls now because I have message to deliver and I don't want to be distracted. But I don't know why you're calling. Maybe you could send a message. Kò ń ṣe pé àsọdùnmọ́ nísìn. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ó ti mọ̀ nísìn pé ogun ti wà láàyè ká. Kódà Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ nínú message tí mò ń kà yìí wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mò ń ṣe àyàngbéfọ̀ ẹ̀ nísìn ni. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, thank you so much Mr. Fatai Ogumefun. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ò lè overrun wa. lótìtọ́ wọlé overrun wa àmọ́ ṣé wọ́n lè pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn tó pọ̀ kó tó di pé a máa dá ibi yẹn dúró. lótìtọ́ lódodo Fúlàní ò tí a ṣì ń face consequence after so many years. mo rí ń bẹ̀ ìyá mi gbé mi lékè ẹ má bínú gbogbo ẹni tó kù náà ni mo rí. àmọ́ níbi tí ọ̀rọ̀ dé nísìn ẹni tó bá sì tún sọ pé kò sí nǹkankan how are you báwo ni school kí lẹ jẹ ní school lénìí kí lẹ jẹ ní school lénìí ẹ máa gbọ́ ní sùúrù tí kò gbọ́ Yorùbá púpọ̀ àmọ́ ó gbọ́ di ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ tí mò ń sọ kí lẹ jẹ ní school lénìí.
Bolognese, pasta and bread and pecan.
tún sọ again kí lẹ jẹ ní school lénìí.
Bolognese, pasta and bread and pecan.
ok tún sọ again mo fẹ́ kà ó yá kí lẹ jẹ lénìí kí ni nǹkan tẹ jẹ ní school.
Bolognese,
pasta
and bread
àti bread
and pecan.
àti kí ni sweet corn drink wo lẹ mu.
No drink.
omi lẹ mu wọn kì í fún yín ní drink lílo tí ẹ ṣe ní school lénìí.
I played with my friend.
ok kí lẹ tún ṣe. ṣe mass lénìí.
Yeah.
ẹ ṣe English. ọ̀dà ó yá lọ bọ́ṣọ ẹ̀ káàbọ̀. That's a life I want for you. kí lẹ́yìn ṣe ní school lénìí.
Like subject.
Oh,
We did geography, English, math,
ok
and tech.
ọ̀dà àgbàlagbà nìyẹn àwọn ọmọ tèmi bí lẹ́gbọ́n wọn yẹn. That's all we want. And I don't think it's too much that we should want the same thing for those of you at home. Combination oríṣiríṣi keeps the brain at work. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yìí nísìn. Let's come back to the conversation. Mo máa kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá. Ọ̀jájá commit atrocity tó pọ̀ tó lè pa wá lára. How many people agree with that? Ǹjẹ́ àwọn tá à ń sọ yìí ǹjẹ́ wọ́n lè commit atrocity tó pọ̀ tó lè pa ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lára kó tó di pé a máa dá iṣẹ́ ibi yẹn dúró? And I'm sure ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa máa agree. Ẹ má bínú mo mọ̀ pé the same ẹ jẹ́ n stop ilé ẹ̀ tẹ́ wa lórí Koikimedia Instagram yẹn tó bá ti lọ start another one ó máa disconnect kan and I didn't realize that Ọláyọmí mo fi start níbí báyìí I'm gonna start off quickly back so that they're not missing a lot. lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo wa. If they cannot overrun us ǹjẹ́ wọ́n lè commit atrocity tàrí lánàá yẹn tó wọnú egungun gbogbo nǹkan wa is just tiny out of what they want to do. Atrocity tí gbogbo wa gbọ́ tí ẹni tó ní àyà tó wò délẹ̀ ẹlòmíì ò lè wò délẹ̀ ẹlòmíì wà bold ó wò lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ 20. ẹ wo bí crime scene mo sọ fún yín pé Nigeria is a crime scene. Vice President lọ sínú ibi tí crime wà already and crime is nothing. Governor wọnú church tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ to them is nothing. Ẹ gbọ́ mi yé ẹ wo ibi tí crime ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní inú church yẹn ìjẹ́rú crime bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Amẹ́ríkà kódà ní South Africa kí èèyàn kan ní access láti ti gbẹ́sẹ̀ wọnú bẹ̀. It shows that you don't have a country. Mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Good afternoon and welcome. It shows that we do not have a country. A magnitude of what happened. The vice president went inside that building. As far as they're concerned, it's a show off. Ọ̀nà àpọ́nì Tinubu náà ti débẹ̀ ọ̀tẹ̀ ní ẹ̀tẹ̀ ń gbówó fún wọn. Ó káàbọ̀. Ó yẹ kó gbé fún state yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ kó fi ṣèdáàbò nígbà tí wọ́n ti mẹ́mi lọ nísìn ó gbówó fún wọn. Ǹjẹ́ Tinubu mọ̀ pé irú owó tó gbé fún wọn yẹn ọmọ kan nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn tó bá láǹfààní àti dá Amẹ́ríkà ó lè make owó yẹn within 5 years depending on iṣẹ́ tó bá kọ́. Ọmọ kan nínú àwọn tó pa yẹn whatever the amount tí Tinubu ò bá fún wọn ọmọ kan lè make that amount in no time 5 years maximum ni mo fúnra ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé látijọ́ tó bá lè dé Amẹ́ríkà 5 good years á make owó yẹn bọ̀ kò ríro owó yẹn kó síta pé kó fi ṣe ìdáàbò knowing that we are invaded because tí irú òun bá sọ pé òun ò mọ̀ at least ọba yeah you can have it you can have another one lọ mú mi má mú yẹn ọba wa Ọ̀jájá the second tí mo tún ṣí fìlà fún rí adé whether he even promised or is giving them is not the issue. The question is, the question is, irú owó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn should have been given to them in the first place. So as we speak right now, báwa ṣe ń tara, there's no investigation, the whole case is closed because case tó yẹ kó protect what he compromised already because everybody was just going into that building. The question then is, how do you pin down the criminals? How do you pin it down? How do you start looking at it from the scientific aspect of the crime? That means, as far as we are all concerned, that crime, that case of what happened in our war is done and dusted. We should prepare for where and next is going to happen. Ibo ló tún ti máa ṣẹlẹ̀, òun ni kémi àti ẹ̀yin ká máa prepare for. I don't know, but I have evidence that it is not yet over. It's too loud, okay? Ìyá kékeré bá mi drop the volume there. Just drop it a little bit. Not to, just drop it a little bit. Àwọn ilé ní àwọn ilé family ni wọ́n máa ń ṣọ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn máa ń káàkiri oríṣiríṣi tó máa ń ṣe ní ilé wọn. They have more than 10 different people. But àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ so that kí ọ̀rọ̀ lè yé àwọn tó wà nílé. I'm still reviewing the 24 hours. As far as I am concerned, that case is already closed. And that's the end of what has happened in our war. It might be no direct call. It's a Nigerian number. I don't know why they're calling. Hello, caller. Ẹ káàsán. Mo wà lórí program lọ́wọ́ báyìí sá o. Mo wà lórí live lórí program, mo wà lórí ètò. Ẹ ṣe máa rí sticker Yorùbá Nation. Okay. Pè mí lẹ́yìn tá a bá ṣe tán. Àti vest ọ̀dà. Ẹ ṣe gan ni. This is what our people are asking. Sticker, vest. Lówó náà ta fẹ́ fi ṣe àbí? Àbá lówó ta fẹ́ fi ṣe ni. November last year, ni mo ní ká raise owó Carola t-shirt. More value t-shirt tó ní Yorùbá Nation táwọn èèyàn wá lè wọ̀ and they will be so excited. You don't know the value of this face cap that our people will wear and they will be happy. You don't know the value of the flags, the stickers. Kíyàn pè láti Nigeria pé òun fest. I saw it nígbà tí mo lọ́lé ní All Hail Biafra. Thank you so much for joining. When I was at home before the election of Ogun State in 2019, because I was actually in Ogun State for the monitoring, whatever that we went to do as an observer. And I was at Olumorok. I'm going to divert a little bit and I'm going to come back to the conversation. I was at inside Olumorok. I've spent maybe about an hour, pictures, just normal thing I do. Call on phone, okay, Alaja Sinatu. She's Sinatu Lonja. I want to pronounce the name very well because I was with her, but I am not told she died. Iya Olumorok, Iya Olumorok, Nigeria. And I think she died, yes. The custodian, Olumo, I met her and she prayed for me. She died at the age of 137. Her name is Alaja, the custodian of Olumorok, Ogun State, Sinatu Sani, popularly called Iya Olumo. He passed away on June 1st, 2022, at the age of 137. I met her when I went to Olumorok. Mama Olumorok, yeah. She didn't take money from me, but I know she prayed because I sat next to her and I felt her energy. So when some of you are probably just looking at me as a stranger, maybe some of those journey was preparing me for what we are doing now. I don't know, but that's all I can say. While I was inside Olumorok, we started hearing drums, music coming from the main road. And I rushed outside the gate. Wọ́n ní Akínrìnàdé, ṣé Akínrìnàdé ló ń bá Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ta nígbà yẹn tí Tinubu fi sọ pé Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ló máa wọlé. Ìyẹn ló ṣe ń gbà sí fún ẹ wá wo báwọn yẹn wá ṣe ń jà fún tíṣẹ́. Èmi dẹ̀ rò pé ó ń jowó ni. I thought they were distributing money. Ẹ mọ̀ kọ́ láti wà lórí truck yẹn. So all I kàn mí wà ní distance. Lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àwa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé kámẹ́rà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí roll. Èmi àti ẹ̀ ń tajọ lọ. Bọ̀ mo ṣáà rí pé àwọn ìyá àgbàlagbà wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yíra ńlẹ̀ẹ́lẹ̀. Mo náà jẹ́ pé owó yẹn bọ́ńdù ni. When I got closer, I realized they were fighting for this t-shirt. I mean, the t-shirt on June. So ẹ wá wo ẹni tó pè wá láti Nàìjíríà nísìn. Wọ́n náà wọ́n need a t-shirt and wọ́n need a sticker. Kò ń ṣe pé a lè fún wọn. I just hope that all these little things, èmi kọ́ ni mo fẹ́ ṣe o. Kọ́ máa pin ẹ̀ mọ́ wa. I hope ìlànà. I know the central account. I should have been able to give you proper information on it, the sort code or whatever, but I want to be sure of the information before we put it out. I've seen something on the media, but like I said, ẹ jẹ́ kí n make that verification properly. It's been a lot of things that have happened. The central account was meant to be launched on Saturday. The whole of Saturday, we know that they didn't go live because we were told, and we told you that. Then on Sunday morning, mo ti kúrò nílé, mo ti jí láti 5. Mo kàn fún yín ní timeline mi. And 7 o'clock ni mo kúrò nílé lọ sí London Bridge. I got back home before 12. Mo ní pé n ṣe call pé káwọn èèyàn pè lórí monkey chimpanzee tó ń pè wá. That was how the news broke up. So I've not even had time to speak to Otumba Oseni, totally for me information, but I've seen something on our media that has Yoruba central account and all the information. But before I came to Song, I have to, make sure that it's the right thing. So it might be no way I cannot give that information, but I'm sure you all understand the last 24 hours have been hectic, Even the meeting Don Shelano, to be honest, I knocked off because the show yesterday was 5 hours. Mo ti jáde síta òtútù kódà mo wọ tamawẹ̀ jáde lánàá gbogbo time tí mo wà níta yẹn. For every 30 minutes or every 1 minute you spend outside in this country in this cold, own damage body. And I think I spent 5 hours yesterday. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ rántí pé mo jókòó. I was on my feet throughout. So you can imagine on my feet throughout. I came back home. I was on my seat. So like almost 10 hours of yesterday of different things that we were doing. But that's I'm used to that. So that's what I do, and I'm used to that, and I'm happy to do this for Yoruba people. Let's listen again to Chief Sunday Igboho. kábíyèsí sọ pé wọ́n ò lè I want to say it as exactly he says it. Yoruba land can't be overrun. When I open the phone line, I don't want us to, hey, kò ní dá fún ọba. I'm not going to allow that. Tó bá sọ pé sọ̀yìn ó lè ṣí fóònù tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀ náà kó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kò ní dá fún wọn òní sórí rẹ̀ wọ́n lè ṣe yẹn. Kò bá sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí mi, màá bẹ̀ post it, wàá mọ̀ pé ojú tiẹ̀ ni. But don't call on this show when I open the phone line and then knock. We question them. I expect by now all the kings in Yoruba land to be releasing statements continuously. But I don't think I've seen a lot of that. Are they concerned? I will say they are concerned. Because in Toba TV Mu or Jaja sọ pé Yoruba land can't be overrun. And I agree with that word. Can't mean pé kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀. They cannot overrun us. It doesn't matter whether they bring in their best jihadis from wherever in Yoruba land. And they're already on the ground. It doesn't matter whether we have the right equipment to defend ourselves. What I can say is they cannot take the land from us because we will all square it out together. But I square out. You might say, hey, people, you man sọ̀rọ̀ jù, ọ̀rọ̀ ti pọ̀ jù pẹ̀lú Yoruba. I agree. That's what a media is meant to do. Ẹ lọ wo BBC nísìn 24 hours analysis, but BBC ò lè ṣe analysis nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe because as far as they're concerned we are not priority. Wọ́n ní wọ́n gbé lánàá, which is good. Mọ̀mísí mi sọ fún mi pé BBC gbé, wọ́n náà Al Jazeera náà gbé, New York Times náà gbé, AFP àwọn náà gbé, which is good. But when I'm talking about the machine analysis here, don't expect BBC to spend the time that I'm doing now on their own program. So I don't want you to come here and say, wá Yorùbá ni wá ti, a kò máa ń sọ̀rọ̀. Iṣẹ́ tèmi ni kí n sọ̀rọ̀ ni mí, àdẹ̀ni sọ̀rọ̀ sọ. That is the job I do before Yoruba Nation. Maybe some of you don't understand. I am not a blogger. You might see me running operation from the house and say, your boy is serious, Isha. Only what we know, NTV in Germany televised it too. So that means it was well pushed out, which is good for us. But I'm talking about the analysis of the genesis and what we should be expecting more. Because BBC has said it and they've gone. But I am still on the issue. Analysis la ṣe ń ṣe. So yes, lótìtọ́ I expect that the whole road network to Ondo State should be shut down. I said that yesterday, but our people don't seem that that's the right thing to do. I cannot force them. I can say they should go and do it. That's it. One David Hood, the Christian apologist, talked about it yesterday. So the story traveled, and that's why my father, let's hear his voice. I'll play his voice throughout. Like I said, I spoke to him yesterday. We spoke at length today. I'm talking about Chief Sunday Igboho prior to we putting this audio together and then we release it to the public. Let's say that again. Okay. No, that's not that one. Here we go.
Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbà, mo kí ọkùnrin, mo kí obìnrin, mo kí ọba, mo kí ìjòyè, mo kí ẹ̀yin governors wa káàkiri ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, mo kí ẹ̀yin senator, orúkọ mi ni Sunday, tí Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo ẹ̀mọ́ sí Sunday Igboho. Lẹ́yìn náà, mo kí gbogbo àwa ìdílé tí àwọn èèyàn wa wà ní ibi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní jẹ́ kí àrírò ẹ̀ mọ́. Ọlọ́run ó sì jẹ́ kí kó tú gbogbo ẹbí àwọn tí nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní Catholic Church ní Ọ̀wọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá mi tù yín nínú. Ọlọ́run ó dólẹ̀ mi gbogbo wa. Ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin màmá mi, ohun tí mo ń sọ òun ló ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí tí mo ń pariwo tí mo wá di èèyàn burúkú lójú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀yin gómìnà, ẹ̀yin sẹ́nítọ̀. Ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí.
I'm going to do a bit of analysis on you. Just some kind of, I can play again.
mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbà, mo kí ọkùnrin, mo kí obìnrin, mo kí ọba, mo kí ìjù.
kò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ respect kò ń ṣe bíi ti bàbá mi Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho. Wọ́n ní Vion Channel TV náà gbé. Vion is a very powerful network. Kódà gbà tí YouTube shut one down, public cry, YouTube láti reinstate one straight away. A lot of you have said that Igboho does not have respect. But I know he does, because I know his communication with me behind the scene, how he value our tradition, how he values the stood of the kings. The little time I spent with him, and I'm still spending with him, is really, really concerned that the tradition, the stool itself, is not going to work if we do not do anything as it is right now. Because our politicians have disrespected the stool itself. See, politician Louis Charlie Queen so any or anyhow. Queen Elizabeth, God bless the Queen. Do you think Boris Johnson, our tradition, our heritage, he sent his greetings to the governors. He's sending his greetings to the governors, even in the midst of what has happened to him. And he's talking about, hey, ariwo ise pọ̀ báyìí, ìyá Oòduà kékeré. It's too loud. Drop it a little bit, just a little bit. You can listen to it, but a little bit drop. Governors, whether they agree with what he believes in or not, Chief Sunday Adeyemo is sending his greetings to them. Let's listen more.
Sunday, Sunday Adeyemo, ti gbogbo emo si Sunday Igboho. Lẹ́yìn náà, mo kí gbogbo àwa ìdílé tí àwọn èèyàn wa wà ní ibi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní jẹ́ kí àrírú ẹ̀ mọ́. Ọlọ́run ó sì jẹ́ kí kó tú gbogbo ẹbí àwọn tí nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní Catholic Church ní Ọ̀wọ̀. Ọlọ́run mi tù yín nínú.
Chief Sunday Igboho is sending his condolence message to those families that have been affected by what we know as a terrorist attack on the lives of innocent people. He has asked me to greet you all very well. He has asked me to say to you that the Almighty Eledumare, or Almighty God, depending on which religion you are, that may He not allow us to experience such again.
Ọlọ́run dólẹ̀ mi gbogbo wa. Ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin màmá mi, ohun tí mo ń sọ, ohun ló ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. Mo ń pariwo tí mo wá di burúkú.
He said, and I quote, that this is what he has been saying. But a lot of Yoruba people look at him as a wicked person. I'm just doing the translation for the benefit of those that do not understand the message. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho says that this is what he has been saying. But he has been labeled among us. More alive, mo ṣe disconnected. Ẹ má pè padà, please, for now. More alive. I'm on a live program. All right, thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you. àìtí open phone line tàbá open phone line mo tí ní kéèyàn kan pè ẹjọ́ náà lákòókò tí ń rò látànà, but I'm asking what next 24 hours after the incident. Ẹ má tí pè, I can understand a lot of you want to have your own, but I have a message to deliver, and that's the message from Chief Sunday Igboho, which is what I'm doing right now. What he saw, a lot of the governors, the senators, a lot of the House of Representatives, a lot of them did not see it. So what was it that Chief Sunday Igboho was saying that these politicians did not see? But I can help them because our king has also given us an insight to say Yoruba land can't be overrun. We are prepared, ready to defend ourselves against external invaders. When something is called external invaders, ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ ni pé àwọn àjòjì wọ́n ti wà láàríká wa, kò wá ń ṣe àjòjì tó fẹ́ bá wa ṣòwò, kò ń ṣe àjòjì tó fẹ́ bá wa da nǹkan papọ̀ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe káràkátà. Àjòjì tá à ń sọ yìí, àwọn àjòjì tó mújẹ, ẹ̀jẹ̀ làwọn máa ń mu. Wọ́n wá mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ nìkan, wọ́n fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Kò tún ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ nìkan mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, wọ́n fẹ́ kọ̀ǹvátì ilẹ̀ yẹn sí èyí tí àwọn fi pé ó necessary. CSI is humble and respectful individual, and I have come across, I'm just reading a message, I have come across, may Eledumare continue to exalt and uphold him, his entire family, and the entire community as a whole. And that is a message from my mom that traveled to Benin Republic on my behalf. I wanted to go, but I'll leave the other end for you to guess. Even Chief did not want me to come. But I thought the only person that is closest to me, that I can trust to deliver some message I wanted to pass to Chief during that time, was my mom. And we arranged it. And in no time, she was already in Benin Republic. And she met with Chief, met with the wife, not once, not twice, not 3 times. She spent about 3 weeks in Benin. You don't have to know everything that happened. But just after, I didn't say I did it. Every one of us played a role. But I was on the ground, directly or indirectly, because Iyato Tejesimilori was there on my behalf. And that's all I can say. Let's go and listen to more of his release audio, which I released just about an hour ago. I am not fighting any governors. This is what Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho is saying. That I am not fighting any governors. Even the expectation of a lot of us, even the governor of Ondo State as an example, Oyo State, where Chief Sunday Igboho reside in Soka, he said he's not angry with them. Oh no, bínú sí wọn. Let's listen more. Oh no, Senator Kokonja. I am not fighting any senator. Because some might think he's fighting the senator. And he says he's not fighting anybody. He has no reason to fight anybody. All he's asking for is his children are not in Nigeria. And the same way you had my daughter when I was asking her, Wikilo Jenny School, Usonto Jenny School, can you say that in Yoruba land today, or even in the north, talk less of middle belt, because Kama was selfish. Let me just say the whole of Nigeria today, do you think that the children have the basic access to what Igbo's children have? He can just continue his life on the side and pretend as if he's not saying it. But he can't. And that is why he's saying that I am not fighting the governors, neither am I fighting the House of Representatives. Even some of you say, ṣe bí ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún PDP ni, kí ni wàhálà ẹ̀? But yesterday, the 5th of June 2022, 200 innocent people were killed in Yoruba land. That is what Igbo stand for. He wanted to compromise the conversation that Aborode has nothing to do with Yoruba nation. You can see how it all happened. Ǹjẹ́ a lè sọ pé àwọn tó pa ní Ọ̀wọ̀ kọ́lọ̀ ń fọ̀rùn kẹ́ gbogbo wọn 24 hours after the attack, the terrorist attack. If such an attack has occurred in UK, wọn ní gbẹ́nu kúrò lórí ẹ̀ títí the next 3 weeks. Ẹ lọ wo ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní July 7 when this country was attacked, and I hope I'm right with my date. July 7 train bomb, terrorist attack, yeah, July 7. July 7, 2005, I was already in this country. I told you I've lived in this country for 20-something years. And from the media perspective, I know how I can manage and talk about situation. Because for me, the Yoruba nation is just also helping me from my own media of what I have learned in the same country that has done damage on us. I know what happened during the July 7, 2005 London bomb, often known as 7/7, where a series of 4 coordinated suicide attacks was carried out. I expect Sky News to fly their team to Owo and give them a direct person standing in front of the church and reporting back to them for the next 1 week, but they're not going to do so. I expect CNN to have already flown people from America back to Nigeria, not the one that they have there. There's what they call their senior correspondent that should have been on the ground. But you're not going to get such because we are all being categorized as people of no interest to them. And how do we now become people of interest to them? Until we tell them that we will not take orders of how the Yoruba will exit Nigeria from anybody. You don't know what should have occurred. All the medias around the world should already have arrived inside Ondo State and be reporting as you see them around the world. But you're not going to see that because they are still pinning us to Nigeria. But the only man that has if you want to listen to the full message, don't Emma rush me, okay? You can go on the YouTube and listen to the message. I am doing what I call analysis on it. I don't think you know what is media. If you are in a hurry to listen to the audio, it's already in circulation, or you can go on Koikimedia where you can listen to the 7 minutes clip and download it and use it for yourself. This is what I'm doing right now. It's called analysis, okay? And don't let us hear the voice and the kidiko. When the London bomb occurred, the world were flying into UK, destroy while they were there. They don't value us. Awalama value Arawa by getting out of Nigeria. And we will make that declaration whether they like it or not. We will remove the bondage, the chain that have locked all the Yorubas, whether they agree with us, even those that are still believing in one Nigeria. We will take everybody out. because they wọ́n mọ tó ń ṣe. Those that are saying that they want one Nigeria wọ́n mọ tó ń ṣe ni, because tó bá mọ tó ń ṣe ni wọ́n ní sọ̀rọ̀ pé they want to be one Nigeria. So my job and the rest of everybody is to bring them out. And that is what a lot of you do not understand. Even some of you say, pé Koiki ló ti Igboho. That's what you said. I remember very well, vividly well. Pé èmi ni mo push Igboho, èmi ni mo ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹnu Igboho tí Igboho fi ń ṣe tó ń ṣe. But ọba wa nísìnyí ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé ìyẹn Ọ̀jájá the second, according to what I have here, you can go and check it out. Don't ask me where. We're all intelligent. I type in Ọọ̀ni of Ife story Google, latest news, Abidjan Ijade. Yoruba land can't be overrun. We are prepared, ready to defend ourselves. We are prepared, so we don't have to be worried. Invaders. So that means Ọba ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ nísìnyí pé we do not have a government to protect you. That's the message indirectly. Èmi máa bá yín break it down. I'm not interested in APC or whoever is their candidate. My concern is about Yoruba nation. Ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ àwọn olómú nísìn, you are diverting the conversation. Èyí tó kún àwa nísìn ni à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Èyí tó kún àwọn nìyẹn. Èyí tó bá wọn ni kò divert ẹ̀ sí. Our concern should be Yoruba nation and how to exit. And that's why a lot of you send all kind of jargons to people on different WhatsApp groups. Ó jẹ́ kí the whole world should be in Ondo State right now, reporting what I'm just saying. You are just taking your account will be nothing. But July 7th, I was already in this country because I got to this country in 1998. When there was a bomb attack, within 24 hours, the whole world was already converged in London. But it is us. And that's why some of you are already even diverting the conversation. Wọ́n pa èèyàn 200, ẹ̀yin worry nípa ẹni tí APC mú. Ẹ rí pé there's something wrong with us. Wọ́n pa èèyàn 200, tẹ́yìn rí bọ́dì, ẹ̀yin concern nípa ẹnìkan ní APC mú, ibìkan ló ń lọ. I only pity some of us. And that's why the world is not taking us serious. Wọ́n pa ẹ̀mí 200, ẹ̀yin wà more concerned about ibi tí APC fẹ́ lọ́gì what is happening in APC. Ẹ̀kan náà ṣe Yorùbá nation ni. Wọ́n ní over 200. Saheed Ọmọbọ̀tá ó ní over 200. Kátẹ̀ kápẹ̀ pé 200. Wọ́n pa èèyàn 200. Ẹ̀ ń worry nípa ẹni tí APC mú as their candidate. It shows that we don't have that heart. Ẹ̀mí tí wá ṣì wà níbi tí APC ń sọ̀rọ̀. It's so sad. We should not even be hearing anything about APC on this platform today. But our people, your mind is so diverted. We are talking about Ọmọ Yorùbá, wọ́n pa Ọmọ Yorùbá 200. Ẹ̀yin wà concerned about ẹni tí APC mú. Àwọn tó ti jẹun, tó ti yó kápákápá, tó ń play games pẹ̀lú life yín. The same APC, wọ́n play game pẹ̀lú life yín àti PDP. And it just shows that, breaking APC chairman. I ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kan tó post again. It shows that we are completely out of touch. Àní sympathy rárá. Sáwọn tẹ́ ń sọ, tọ́páyàn tó ń ṣe patí lánàá. Let's come back to the audio of my father, Igboho Oòṣà, Ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí nípa ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn Fúlàní ń gbé, ẹ wo bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá.
Ó ní tóun rí ẹ̀yin ò rí nípa ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn Fúlàní ń gbé, but ó dà ń pé ọba wa náà ti rí nísìn ìyẹn Ọ̀jájá the second lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí tí mo ṣí fìlà fún. Ọ̀jájá the second says, and I quote, one of the most prominent monarchs in Yoruba land, Ọọ̀ni of Ife, Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ọ̀jájá the second, has condemned the Sunday's attack on the church by terrorists. I don't know why they're calling them gunmen. They are now also twisting the story because of the press release from the church. And that's why Vice President can walk into the church that a crime in that magnitude has occurred. But it is Nigeria, and you expect foreign media to come. Nígbà tí bomb attack ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú yìí, mo mọ ibi tí wọ́n fi tán pè ní cordon tí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ dé yàtọ̀ sí ìwọ tó bá yẹ pé o ní media pass nìkan ló máa fún láyè kó wọlé dé àwọn ibì kan, because it's a serious situation. But it's not serious. That is why some of you are still talking about APC candidate, because you don't see situation tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá as serious. Ẹ kọ̀ overreact lánàá ni ìyẹn lẹ ṣe fẹ́ kí mi tún ṣe phone call kẹ́ lè máa pè wọlé. Mr. Koiki la ṣe ń ṣe analysis. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. 200 lives ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́jẹ̀ ń ràn lára wọn tí a rí agbárí tó ṣí sílẹ̀. So 24 hours nísìn ó ti pọ̀jù fún yín, ẹ lè hold ẹ̀ mọ́, ẹ tún fẹ́ mú conversation wọnú ẹ̀. APC, ọ̀rọ̀ APC ló kàn yín. You can see how terrible we are. Incident tó yẹ kó ṣì máa lọ live continuously on all the media around the world, tí kò jẹ́ kó gbẹ́nu kúrò lórí ẹ̀. Ẹ lọ sórí media yín nísìn and ask yourself, they've already taken the amount of aid, because àwa gan ta ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ àwa náà ti mẹ́nu kúrò níbẹ̀ already. Ṣèbọn náà la ti ń sọ nǹkan mí nísìn, a ti mẹ́nu kúrò níbẹ̀. Where the IG, Inspector General of Police, kó ti débẹ̀ àbó ó ti débẹ̀, Àdàmú abikílẹ̀ ń pè oníkùn bẹ̀m̀bẹ̀m. Ṣé IG, Inspector General of Police, ṣó ti dé Ọ̀wọ̀? You can see the reason why we cannot be part of them. Thank you so much, Barbara. I told you, this is the country I live. So my presentation is based on the media here in UK and how they operate. And that's why I will be different from others. Because this is what I have seen for 20 years. By now, we should have all the media in the world, because we have never seen a magnitude of these for a very long time. Not that we could ṣẹlẹ̀ ò tí ṣẹlẹ̀ tó tó yìí. But èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn, all the media should be on the ground right there. And that's why Igboho is now asking the question that this is what I've seen. But the king has already also told us now that we are ready. Is it saying that the government is ready? Àbí àwa ọmọ Yorùbá, we are ready? Because if the king is telling us that we are ready, we are prepared. So that means ní láti wà worried ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá. Táwọn wà worried lánàá, ọba ti sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn pé we are prepared, ready to defend ourselves. Which is the kind of language I want to hear. Ìbẹ́ ní Koiki ló fẹ́ gbógun wá. Ọba náà ti sọ nísìnyí pé we are prepared, ready. Ọba ò sọ pé federal government is prepared. Kábíyèsí ń fi parable sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn. That means they are doing things that we don't know, and I'm happy to hear that. That means the king is preparing things that they will not probably tell us, because for them, we are not part of those that needs to know. But I'm happy with that. As long as the Yoruba land is prepared and ready to defend the land, that is the most important thing for me. Wọ́n sọ fún mi pé 2 weeks ago, ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Texas, media still have their mobile studio in front of the school. 2 weeks ago, ẹ rántí bọ̀bọ̀ tó gbébọn tó pa àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké 19. Kò mà tó yìí táwa ń sọ yìí. On Sunday, St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo was attacked by gunmen while the congregants were celebrating Mass. Many, including women, abiamo, children, ọmọdé, were killed in the terrorist attack. In a statement, Oni described the incident as gruesome. Tó bá sọ pé nǹkan gruesome, ẹlòmíì rí báyìí. Ẹlòmíì ò tí come out of the shock, but ẹlòmíì ti come out, lẹ ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ APC àti PDP. Ẹ ti come out of the shock. That is not enough shock intake for the next 3-4 days. Shock yẹn kò jẹ́ nǹkan fún yẹn Koiki fi yẹn sílẹ̀ náà máma ta sí wa náà àṣà láti mọ tó ń lọ pẹ̀lú PDP àti APC àwa tá náà fẹ́ Yorùbá nation. Tó bá pè nǹkan ní gruesome, ẹ tún padà bẹ ṣe wò mí, ẹ tún lọ wo àwọn videos yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, ẹ tún wo àwọn images yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo ṣe ń download ẹ̀ sórí because a kì í mọ̀ anything can happen in the world, so èmi náà ti ń back it up. Ó wà lórí. This is my external hard drive where I've just started backing them in case anything happen. But for us, kò pọ̀ jù. The monarch, however, added that Southwest people have the capacity to defend themselves, and I love that. That the Southwest, àwa ìran ọmọ aládé, bí a bàbá ti gbé àwọn gbẹtugbẹtu kan tó ti bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó ti dífá tó ìtawà fẹ́ nìyẹn, ṣèbí nǹkan tí Ìgbòho náà fẹ́ nìyẹn. Ẹ̀yin ò mọ àwọn Fúlàní lẹ́ ń bá ṣeré, ẹ̀ ń bá Fúlàní, àwọn politicians ń bá Fúlàní tayò. Àwọn politicians, when his family, he come first. So jẹ́ fífọ́ ní ìpín ọkọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ máa gbọ́ Ìgbòho lọ.
gbogbo àwọn kan sọ Ìgbòho ló ń dàlúrú, ó fẹ́ dàlúrú ni, ó fẹ́ dá wàhálà lẹ̀ ní sẹ́ẹ̀ tí wàá rí sí kí ni wàhálà tí mo fẹ́ dálẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tó lọ́run fún yẹn lọ́run fún mi náà, ṣùgbọ́n tí mi ń sọ ni yé pé tá a bá ń sọ yé pé kò kàn mí tó bá kan ní tí ó súnmọ́ wa ń kọ́, òun ni mo ṣe ń pariwo yẹn.
Tá a bá ń sọ pé kò kàn mí tó bá kan ẹni tá a mọ̀ ń kọ́. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, tá a bá sọ pé kinní kan kànyàn kan pé kò kàn mí, bọ̀ tá a bá wá tó wá sọ pé ẹ̀mọ̀ pàwọn Yorùbá máa ní kò kàn mí tó bá kan ẹni tá a mọ̀ ń kọ́. Ǹjẹ́ àwọn tí ṣẹlẹ̀ sí lánàá, ǹjẹ́ ó kàn wá àbí kò kàn wá? It's just a yes or no. The current situation that occurred yesterday, can we say that categorically ó kàn wá? Kò ń ṣe pé bàbá tiẹ̀ àbí ìyá tiẹ̀ ló bí àwọn tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ sí, but because we are Yorùbá, that means pé ó ti kàn wá. Do we all agree? Ṣọmọ ọdún ayé náà ti sùn sí bíbá yìí, ti ṣe wàhálà ní school. Òun ló ń gba tọwọ́ ọmọdé lẹ́nu, òun náà ti sùn. Ṣáà wò pé kìíní yẹn kàn ń no. Those are children that have gone to school and they are back home, and the job is for them to relax their body and their brain cells. Àwọn ọmọ tọ̀dọ̀ ti wá nísìn, they're selling puff, chin, pure water on all the express across the Yoruba land. I can reduce this one as well, and then I can monitor my screen because àwọn ọmọ ọdún àti sùn. Bàbá dẹ̀ ti sùn bẹ́ẹ̀, at least the whole house. Ẹ ṣáà gbọ́ wọn lẹ́ǹkan tó ní àwọn jẹ gúgúrú àbí kí lọ́nà jẹ ní school lẹ́ǹkan tí mò ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So let me my screen here. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. 24 hours. Mo sùn, kò ṣe pé mo sùn, tí bá ní mo sùn lọ ni mo pa. But my brain cells was looking at the image, the pictures And as far as people are concerned, that is done and dusted. Let's move on. Is that how wicked we are? Bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ́ Koiki kí la tún fẹ́ ṣe àwa náà wọ́n jáde náà àti ní kọ́lọ́ ṣe nǹkan gbogbo wọn jáde náà kí lẹ̀ I agree, but our king is now the havoc on these terrorists. Kí kábíyèsí fún wa ní ọ̀dà náà èyí tẹ́ fi ń béèrè pé kémi fún yín ní ọ̀dà tí kábíyèsí bá fún wa ní ọ̀dà nísìnyí àwọn máa wọnú igbó tẹ̀lé wọn, but wọ́n máa láti provide all the necessary things. Everybody has now concluded that the Fulani has an agenda. That agenda have not been completed. That agenda is still ongoing. That agenda will still not end until we all do the needful. I'm going to play a video. Baba wa Konde, wọ́n lè ti bá mi ṣe translation ẹ̀. You don't have to believe everything I say on this platform. But at least, as the spokesman of Chief Sunday Igboho, he says, and I quote, a lot of people don't know who the Fulanis are. Igboho sọ fún mi pé 1 million Fulani ò lè dáhùn dúró. But 2 Fulani did a damage to Yoruba by chopping his hand off. Four Fulanis can create a lot of havoc. And from what Omoluka says, I'm quoting what he says based on somebody that has gone to the ground. When our men in law commit crime here. And again, based on what Omoluka, again, our trusted media, because I am not on ground. So we have to also, and I spoke with him at least 3 or 4 times yesterday. If 4 people were able to create the havoc we saw in the Yoruba land yesterday, my question to everybody is, what will 100, 200, thousands of these same individuals do within our communities? Mẹ́rin péré lọ́nà commit are not on ground. Omoluka says àwọn mẹ́rin lọ́nà wá parí iṣẹ́ yẹn. And if 4 people came into our land, they know the land very well. Don't be deceived. 200, thousands. They know the land. They know the in and out. They know the nearest place to exit after they've committed that crime. Like somebody said, Mr. Bolaji George, they definitely came with heavy armament or heavy weapon. Gruesome. Aside to my brother Aziz Badisha, I know you called me. I was so busy when you called. I know a lot of you have been trying to call me. It might be new. It's been a lot in the last 24 hours. Just as you all, I am also emotional. But àwa láti hold tiwa torí à ń bẹ́yìn sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé máa ń kọ́ àbọ̀yà àwọn ọmọ ojú ẹ̀ ló kọ̀ dá para ẹ̀? No. 4 people from what we were told ló wá parí iṣẹ́ yẹn. Mary. And look at the aftermath of the damage. Let's listen more to what Igboho has to say. He hasn't said, a politician, ẹ jẹ́ kí Igboho jáde, ẹ jẹ́ lọ bá wọn jà. Ó náà ṣe pé gbogbo wa láwọn akíkanjú tó wà nílẹ̀ àná dẹ̀ mọ́ra wọn. A ní àwọn akíkanjú tó ń bẹ nílẹ̀. Ẹ ṣe pè wá náà. mọ̀ pẹ́ lómi nìsan ni Ìgbòho má jẹ́ kó pé ẹ o Ìgbòho Kóìkì mo gbọ́ tó ń sọ pé wọ́n máa pe Ìgbòho ẹ má jẹ́ kó pe Ìgbòho o. Ìgbòho doesn't literally have to be on the ground, but his message that we've released is already echo around the world, especially in Yoruba land fún ẹni tó bá létí. So tí Ìgbòho bá sọ pé ẹ pè wá does not mean he has to go on the ground, but there's little of what Igboho can do. But if we have all the backings from everybody, it might come very easy for him. Because I remember on our way to Iguala, and we were stopped. We stopped at Abeokuta. And during that interview that was granted to the media before we continue the journey, mo rántí pé journalist kan béèrè lọ́wọ́ Ìgbòho pé ǹjẹ́ ti gbàyè lọ́wọ́ governor Ogun State? And I remember what Igboho says. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe lọ síbi táwọn tá a bá débi tá à ń lọ ẹ darí bọ̀ tàbí a máa darí bọ̀ náà ẹ máa kí governor. That was almost a year ago. How many atrocity incident has happened after Igboho has been detained in Ogun State? How many can you recollect? I'm sure more than 10, 20. Àti gbàgbé, ẹ rántí pé wọ́n disvirgin àwọn ọmọkùnrin church, the same terrorist, ní white garment church. Nobody's concerned. We have moved on already. I'm talking about àwọn ọmọ kékèké. Ẹ rántí pé after that, mo gbé alàgbà kan wá náà tó yẹ pé wọ́n wá sínú church wọn. Wọ́n ráyè gbóhùn lọ àwọn méjì òun jẹ́ káwọn kan escape but òun ló fara gbá ètò kù. Wọ́n tẹ̀ gbowó tó pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yẹn náà pé bí i 2 million. Kódà ẹni ẹ̀ sì ń san gbèsè ìkọ̀wọ́ láti yáwó yẹn ni owó tíyàn bá ní. That happened in Ogun State. And that is why Igboho is saying what is now passing to those that needs to hear. I have spoken to the governors by my message, which is now 3 days ago now, that they still have the responsibility to defend our land before it is too late. Once again, let's listen more. He said that we should all join the hands together so that we can take ourselves from the Fulanis. Who are these Fulanis? How many of them are we talking about? I do not know the total round figure of how many Fulanis that are ready to fight in Yoruba land. If I say I have a figure, I'll be deceiving you. But if what Omoluka is confirming to us that 4 people went into Owo yesterday and committed that crime, that means they don't need a lot of people in each of the states before they commit a lot of havoc. If 4 people, from what we are told, committed the crime, the terrorist attack that you saw, that you've watched the video, you've heard the sound, you've seen the pictures, the image, we say thank you to those that are donating blood so that we can save more lives that are still available. That's if they have, the equipped hospital. I donate blood in this country, but because we have a system that is not there, blood is not something that they donate straight away. Oyekowa and the blood bank. So when incident happen, they bring it out. But we say thank you to those that have been going to donate blood. Keep doing that. That shows the love that we have for each other. Once again, my name is Olami Koiki, and the voice you're listening to is the voice of Chief Sunday Adeyemegbo. You can go and watch the full 7-minute clip on our own timeline, whichever one. We already broadcast it, and we appreciate everyone that have joined us so far at 5:30 p.m. I say that I don't have the figure of how many of them. Some say whatever you believe that we have. But one thing we know is, according to Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Igboho Òòṣà, some say Koiki máa bá wa máa pè ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá. Igboho told us what he knows. You might think that Igboho does not have his own intelligence gatherings. It does. When it comes to the network of Yoruba land and even outside Yoruba land, kò sẹ́ni tó ń lọ tí Igboho náà tí kò mọ̀, that I know as well. Igboho is privy to a lot of information, and not just in Nigeria, even from intelligence coming out of Nigeria. But our king, Ojaja II, has now also told us that we have invaders. Àwọn wo ló ń pè ní invaders? Kò ń ṣe àwọn tó fi wá rajà ní computer village, kò ń ṣe àwọn tó ń bọ̀ ní Balogun market láti bá yín ra intenta, kò ń ṣe àwọn tí ẹ̀ ń expect pé àjọ máa gbé ìgbé àlàáfíà. À ń sọ àwọn tó jẹ́ pé they are prepared to do this. Let's listen to this man.
And the truth. And let them some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks. Okay. Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan.
Prominent people does not mean the people that are so rich that have 24 hours mopo. Does not mean those that you see on your Instagram, your actors, your actress, your influencers, that will not travel without having at least 2 mopo with enough bullets to blow off the head of a terrorist, which they can attack them as well. We've seen that. But they're talking about people like your church, where they've invaded and killed over 200 plus yesterday. These are prominent people. For me, I don't see those you think are prominent. I see every one of you watching me right now, Eyinte Wanile, as the prominent people that Dr. Obadia was talking about. I think a lot of us were mixing it up when he was saying prominent people. I live in this country. I'm very, very prominent. Whether you know me or not, because I'm what I'm doing, I can eat 3 square meal. I can do a cleaning job, kitchen porter, and I'll become prominent because I'll be able to do whatever I want to do as long as I'm not going over the legal of this country. But you all now are thinking you are not prominent because you don't have money, your life has been locked into the Nigeria, you don't enjoy the basic things of life. For me, I still look at you as the prominent people, and those are the prominent people that were attacked yesterday. And before I complete that, this is what Chief Sunday Adeyemo was concerned about in that audio clip that I was playing to you earlier.
ọmọdé tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ tó láyà kíkanjú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kájọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká gbára wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní yìí. Wọ́n ti káàkiri, wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá. Àtọdún tó lọ mo ti ń ké.
Ó ní àtọdún tó lọ lòun ti ń ké. Ọdún tó lọ yẹn náà ni màláfíà ń jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan fẹ́ dé.
By 2022, they want to start civil war in Nigeria.
Are we going to see a civil war unleashed on the Nigerians, for those that still believe that they are Nigerians? And I don't have an issue with you. I don't have a problem whether you are a member of Peter Obi, but I hope you are prepared for the civil war that this man is talking about. Or the one that King Oni of Ife has just told us that we have invaders, and that means everyone should buckle up. The king, according to his statement, which I've got in front of me, what occurred yesterday was gruesome massacre, distinctly target at turning Yoruba land into a war zone. I hope you're getting the message now that I'm not the only one talking about war anymore. Some of you thought when I say that it's going to be war that I would soak. I still have those that are my blood, and that means every one of you back home. Even those in the north I'm concerned about, those in the southeast, those in the middle belt. But the king is also now saying that the incident that occurred yesterday in Owo, where over 200 people were massacred, is a target at turning Yoruba land into a war zone. So that means we are now in crisis. I'm going to play this video that got to me, and I've got somebody that has done the translation. Again, you don't have to believe this guy that is speaking. He's speaking in Hausa, but as you know, I have got somebody that has translated it on our behalf. We are going to defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves. Every single one of us. Regardless of, you want to go upstairs? You want me to come and carry you upstairs? You want to stay there? Yeah, lie down. Let's listen attentively to this 2 minutes 8 seconds. I will not interrupt it. Could we say they are boasting and it will not happen? Could we say that this individual is just making a threat? Tikole Shele. Could we say that 24 hours after the massacre, why release such a video again? Could this person be part of those that operated prominent people to me in a broad daylight? Remember, this happened in a broad daylight. More than 200 people. Imagine if this happened during the night time. Mortuaries will not be able to contain the dead bodies. We might have to start burying people in mass burial. If what happened in Owo happened during the night time, the massacre will be more than that. But before I play this man that has covered his face with balaclava, speaking in Hausa and directing his message to every Nigerian, not literally Yorubas. Let's listen again to some of those that was coming out of the massacre that occurred yesterday. I'm not going to show you the video. You can go and watch it yourself wherever you find it. But I can assure you that all the images will be on Koikimedia. We're working on that as quickly as I can so that it will become a reference point should you need it. Let's first listen to the first audio. That is the one that a lot of us heard a lot. Bàbá àtọmọ ha ha ha. Bàbá àtọmọ tó ń sọ yẹn ó mì pé ọpọlọ wọn ó ti jábọ́ sílẹ̀ lẹ̀ ó ti fìbọn fọ́ orí wọn. Àwọn méjèèjì, I'm sure you saw that video. Let's listen to the next one. Some of them still held on to their Bible up to the last minute. Let's listen to this one. Okay, it's the same one with this. Let's listen to this. These are Yorubas that Igboho was trying to protect. These are Yorubas that Igboho was saying we should defend. I think this one is different. This particular one, I can explain the graphics for you to see in terms of my expression. Gbogbori bibai ó ti já kúrò. Okay? She's a woman, a mother, maybe a grandmother. And right behind her, a stack of bodies. I'm just reviewing 24 hours after the massacre that some of us have almost forgotten or called because we have moved on. We are more concerned about what the APC candidate will look like. But you're probably not concerned about the people that were caught up yesterday. And this is the same building that is meant to be a crime scene. When I say Nigeria is a crime scene, I'm talking about the whole country. And that is why, do you say that man is a PhD or professor of law? Your vice president, right? You're looking at me. Your vice president walked into a building that more than 200 people have been killed without stopping himself and say, why not lock this old building up for forensic analysis, data collection? Maybe in another 5 years, 2 years, we can run after anyone that is involved. But rather, for the same picture gallery. Imagine Boris Johnson, because I live here, so I'm going to use this country as my case study. Imagine that 200, and the last thing Boris Johnson would do is to walk into that church. Do you think it will be allowed? That is the country that I called crime scene. Let's even forget about the party, Mrs. Barbara, because I believe there's a woman behind it because your face, with your glasses. So I'll say you're a woman. And if you're not, please let me know so that I can address you properly. Let's forget about the party that was held in Abuja. I'm talking about a professor of law, and that, for the Yoruba people that are supporting them, is cool. And not even his back end team could say that this is not a good image for you as a vice president of this country to walk into that crime scene and we take a picture of you and then they upload it on the social media. Do you understand? While I say Nigeria is a crime scene itself, and that for me is so difficult to understand, that a whole professor of law that knows that such atrocity occurred in the nearest African country, the whole surrounding goes on what we call red tape, and nobody can go in. They can literally get to the front gate of the church and leave flowers and take pictures. But that was not enough for your criminal politicians like the vice president to have walked into that church. To do what? To smell the blood of those that have been massacred. Or to do what? That is why at 6 o'clock, I will try to get the phone line open. But for now, I'm going to maybe give another last 15 minutes on my analysis. You don't have to agree with what I have said. And I don't want us to come again on the show today because I'm not going to stay here for the length of time I did yesterday. And I think we're already an hour already. Give and take. I should not be on this seat for another 1 hour. Not that I can't sit down here the whole day. I just want us to dwell on the after the 24 hours. Should we be waiting for where we're going to say it has happened again, and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to talk about it? Action is not my job. Whoever is saying it's time for action, go and deal with that. I am a media, and that's what I do. So if you think action is needed, I've given one yesterday, shut down the whole state, and I don't think that has happened. But I'm now reviewing the aftermath, 24 hours. What next? So if anybody is saying action, you can deal with that. We all have a way that we contact our loved ones back home. Give them what they need. Let them take the action. You don't even have to tell me. Quietly, if 4 people have committed a crime and they've walked away and we don't know where they are, that is not my job. Let's listen to the last part of Igbo.
mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ̀yin ọba ìjòyè ẹ̀yin alágbára ẹ̀yin gómìnà mi ò bẹ́ni kankan jà ọlọ́run dẹ̀ rínú mi gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi mi ò fi bínú kò dẹ̀ dùn mí mo gbà pé bọ́lọ́run ṣe kádàrá nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n kò tí bàjẹ́ jù ẹ tètè dìde kẹ́ pè wá kẹ́ so gbogbo wa pọ̀ ká tètè gbára wa sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípò yìí kó tó di pé yóò late ẹ dákun ìmọ̀ràn mi ò ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò pọ̀ mo kàn fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwa Yorùbá ká ṣera wa lọ́kàn kó tó di pé yóò late mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ so mo rọ̀ yín bàbá mi mo rọ̀ yín mọ̀mọ́ mi mo rọ̀ ọba mo rọ̀ jòyè mo rọ̀ gọ́vnà mo rọ̀ sẹ́nitọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè jẹ́ ká para wa pọ̀ ká gbalẹ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn púpù yìí ìwà wọ̀ papọ̀ àṣà wọ̀ papọ̀ ìṣesí wọ̀ mo rọ̀ yín ẹ dákun tí n bá ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan sẹ́nìkan bá ń dùn mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ dáríjì mi bí mo ṣe ń hùwà ọmọdé dẹ̀ ni mí ẹ dákun so ọlọ́run ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yẹn ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìdílé nìkan wa ẹjọ́ orúkọ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ní Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ̀ Sunday Igboho ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
And that is my father, the man that I've sacrificed everything that he has. And each time I look at him, I can only just be grateful that Chief Sunday Igboho was there for every one of us, especially when we needed him more. That some of you says was the cause of the problem in Yoruba land. Even our king have now said that we are all in problem. And that problem will be stopped by me and you. How? You ask yourself the role that you want to play. I am already playing mine. I might be 1,000 miles away from you, but the little that we can do from the media perspective, I am trying. People are reaching out to us. We are giving the little that we have that is not a lot. We are giving advice to our people. We are encouraging our people to be bold and remove the fear from them. We cannot all be killed, and that's something we must understand. And that's something a lot of you don't want to hear. A lot of people will die. I don't want to say Yorubas or Igbo or Hausa. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn máa kú before we get to where we're going. And that's something that a lot of you don't want to listen to. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn máa kú. But we will get to our final destination. I don't know who is going to die and who is going to be alive. But I pray that every one of us will be alive to witness what is about to be unleashed. Before we now take the calls, please do not call yet, because you will actually interrupt the 2 phone numbers that I'm using. Until I have another extra 2 phones, I can guarantee that I might not be pressurizing you about phones. Don't tell me to go and buy it. If I have fund, I will. People have already given us money to buy phones, and that's probably why we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phones. I have 6 mobile phones with a laptop that is streaming, 2 laptops precisely. But it is still, and I can tell people are already calling, and I'm not going to pick the call, but it's unmuting the Twitter. I'm going to do it. Okay, you okay? Pẹ̀lẹ́, Oshelo, mommy, go relax. Gbani lesson in my bed.
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay, because I was going to say, so that I can shut down one of the laptop for you. So, we're in the post office today, and I've posted all flags. So those of you that have ordered the flags for June 12 mega rally in London, and I hope we can now double up, especially for what, even if you don't believe in Yoruba nation, eko wa nijo yen ke wa fi kedun pe ọmọ Nigeria ni mi, a lè pàdé níjọ́ yẹn, a ní láti gbára, a lè gbára wa ní blow. I mọ̀ pé civilized country la wà níbí báyìí. Ṣé rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe believe in one Nigeria, ẹ pàdé wa náà ní June 12. Kẹ wá fi ẹ̀dùn yín pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ló pa báyìí. And I'm begging you. I know you are still APC, PDP. Even gan ẹ lè má wọṣọ Yorùbá nation, kẹ wọ native àbí kẹ wọ English yín, kẹ dẹ̀ gbé jacket lé. Bàbá ń pe Yorùbá nation, ẹ̀yin máa sọ pé kí ajá ṣẹ́rẹ́ ìtẹ̀sí sọ pé ìjọ Sunday ló bọ́ sí, ìjọ Sunday mà lọ pa àwọn èèyàn wa. Let's use that Sunday coming. Kò ń ṣe ta fẹ́ fi pin mọ́, but ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀, kò sí ta fẹ́ ṣe sí. Ó máa pé 1 week the next week Sunday. Let's now go and get our ticket and get to London as quickly as possible. Koiki time warning, let's get there as quickly as possible. It's going to be in Trafalgar Square. Next week Sunday will make it a week. No, this week Sunday rather. Do. If I get extra support, I will print as many. Mo le print nínú ilé, màá láti lọ print níta ni. As many of the graphics images. I will print them. Tell you about the printer, and I'm not talking about one, but if somebody say Koiki, whatever it is, mo fún £100, or there's a and I will go and print them at my local printing shop. But I'm not ready to print it from the house because I'm using a very small printer. I'm talking about all the graphics image. When you're going to look current, I'm aware of. I spoke to Prophet Ebawa jáde ní June 9 ní DC ẹ jáde ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa Washington DC ìjọ Thursday ló bọ́ sí ìjọ iṣẹ́ ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa nísìn kò mátà even though kò ń ṣèjọ iṣẹ́. I'm not aware of New York, but I'm also aware of California. But June 9 is very, very important, just as June 12 is important all over the world. I cannot direct and dictate where rally takes place. It is entirely up to us and our team. I mean, your people that are in each of the country, Brazil, wherever, to do so. But I'm aware June 18, Canada, France, June 12. Ẹ tẹ̀ jẹ́ ká fi June 12 yẹn ṣe rí pé Ọlọ́run yìí ó ṣàmọ̀ bó ṣe máa ń ṣe nǹkan ẹ̀. It is not a good one for us to be saying that June 12 yẹn ló pé we can't send it. Kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ fi ṣe sí yẹn mọ́. What are you doing? You okay? Pẹ̀lẹ́ àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yìí nísìnyí. So that means pé this Sunday gbogbo àdúrà tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ní June 12 ní London fáwọn tó kù yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀ jẹ́ káwọn ará UK mọ̀ pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa. So let me now, June 9 I am at work. Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa o, America nìkan ni June 9 o. Ẹ má mix it up o. Washington DC ni mo sọ ní June 9 ti UK is June 12. Ẹni tó ti tọrọ àyè nísìn ẹ jọ ẹ ṣe extra job yẹn mọ̀ pé owó yẹn náà lè fi ń bá wa ṣe 1 or 2 things and all that. And like I said, as soon as I have all the information about the central account, trust me, I'm going to come out and I'm going to announce them clearly. So let me now play us this video that I wanted to play with the translation before we start taking calls. Please do not call yet. And I hope those of you on Olayomi Koiki, by the time we start taking calls, you're going to have to move to Koikimedia. I don't expect to be here more than an hour more. So anytime Boa, especially in Ile, bear with us another 1 hour. So when you call, I'm going to push you. After 1 minute, I'm embarrassing, rushing. But let's listen to this video.
Allah sarki al'umma. Mu shirya, kowa ya shirya. Bayan zaben 2023, kowa ya shirya inda zai buya. Ka tara kudi, ka tara yana da kyau. Idan kuma baka da kudi, sai ka tsaya a Najeriya ka ci gaba da addu'a. Allah ya kare ka, Allah ya kare iyalanka. Domin bayan zaben 2023, inda ma yake da zaman lafiya, to ta'addanci zai shige ta. A Najeriya bayan 2023 ba wurin buya, ba wanda ya isa ya kare mu in banda Allah. Gwamnatin Najeriya ba za ta iya kare mu ba, hukumar Najeriya ba za su iya kare mu ba. Don haka ina mai ba ma kowa da kowa shawari da kowa ya tanadi mabuya. Masu zuwa Kotono su tafi Kotono, masu zuwa Chadi su tafi Chadi, masu zuwa Niger, masu zuwa Kamaru, kowa dai ya yi tanadi. ya kamata mu kare kanmu kafin nan. Don haka al'umman Najeriya, musamman na arewacin Najeriya, kowa ya shirya wurin gudu.
Okay, you don't have to understand what he said, but as you know, I have a lot of people that can help with the translation. This is what he has said from a brother of mine that I've been able to translate it. Let's listen together.
Allah sarki al'umma, mu shirya, kowa ya shirya.
Kóníkálùkù kó múra sílẹ̀. Tó bá di ìgbà tó bá dìbò 2023, kóníkálùkù wá ibi tí ó máa sá pamọ́ sí. Ìwọ tọ́lọ́run bá bọ̀ ẹ́ láṣìírí tó lówó lọ́wọ́, níṣe ni kó wá ọ̀nà kó travel out kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Ìwọ tó bá dẹ̀ lówó lọ́wọ́, kó wá ibi tó máa sá pamọ́ sí, kó dẹ̀ máa gbàdúrà fọ́lọ́run. Kọ́lọ́run kó ṣàánú, kó fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ ẹ, kó ṣọ́ àwọn fámílì ẹ. Tó bá di 2023, gbogbo ibi tí ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ wà, táwọn èèyàn rò pé ibẹ̀ ló ṣe kásá sí, ibẹ̀ kò síbi tó máa ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ mọ́ ní Nàìjíríà o. Tó bá di 2023, kò síbi tí ẹnìkan fẹ́ sá sí táwọn ò ní débẹ̀. Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè ṣọ́ ẹni tó bá máa ṣọ́. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Nàìjíríà kò ní agbára kankan lórí pé kó ṣọ́ anybody. Nítorí ìdí èyí, òun fi àsìkò yìí fún gbogbo wa ní ìmọ̀ràn. Kóníkálùkù kó wá ibi tó máa sá sí. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá mọ̀ pé òun ní àǹfààní láti lọ sí Kótónú, kó lọ sí Kótónú. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá ní àyè láti lọ sí Chad, gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní àyè láti lọ sí Cameroon, gbogbo oníkálùkù kó wá ọ̀nà àbáyọ fún ara rẹ̀ báyìí. Táwọn bá sọ pé kí Ọlọ́run kó fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ wa, àwọn ti fi ń pàrokò ránṣẹ́ pé oníkálùkù wá kó sí. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá wà ní Nàìjíríà kó múra sílẹ̀ fógun. Ogun ń bọ̀ wá, kò dẹ̀ ní yẹ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀.
And I'm just going to rewind quickly what this man told us before he was killed.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Well, ogun òní kálẹ̀ Yorùbá tó fi di pé wọ́n máa kó gbogbo wa lọ, àmọ́ kí a má sun àsùnpara níbi tí ọ̀rọ̀ dé. I've already circulated that audio out. Should you come across it, don't leave it to yourself alone. Help us to push the message out so that we can tell our people to prepare the worst case scenario. So I'm going to come back now. We're going to open the phone line, and then we can start taking some of our calls. Please, let's make it as quickly as possible. Ẹni tí ó bá tún play nǹkan ní background, because of time constraint, I might just have to move on and allow somebody else to come through, without even telling you, because there's no time at all. And I don't want to be sitting here the whole day. It is not flight what has happened to us. And tó bá fẹ́ video tí man tí mo play is already on my timeline on Facebook. You can go, whatever they're saying, we shouldn't bluff it, but there's nothing they can do. We will conquer them and we will win this continual situation that we are all in. The number to call, for those of you that probably don't know the number is plus 44 74 0440 5917. Like I said, ṣé kí ló ń ṣe spaghetti? Kí ló ń ṣe? Okay. So, quickly as possible, let's go straight to the point. Hello, live on the show.
Hello,
Ẹ kúrò lẹ̀ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
ṣe ní nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n fi àròkò sí wa ni, and this is the time táwọn bàbá wa láti ṣe nǹkan. We are ready. I need láti ready láti defend ìlú wa because àwọn àyàwó ready láti fẹ́ jà kò ṣe pé abẹ́ kò ṣe pé kíni that ṣe kíni ẹ̀ fún wọn because understand nǹkan tí mo wí because tá a máa sùn wà lórí tẹ̀blé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nǹkan tó sọ ó wà tó tọ̀ ní nǹkan tá a nídi láti tágbára dìgbọ́n tágbárùkù ti bàbá wa Sunday Igboho ọgbẹ́gbẹ́ àmẹ́ni tó máa kàn lọ́la àmẹ́ni tó máa kàn kò sí election 2023 àmẹ́ni tó máa kàn lọ́la àwọn pípù yìí máa pa wá díẹ̀díẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ sọ fún wa gbogbo àwa Yorùbá wọ́n ti jẹ́ pé àwa Yorùbá wà so àtẹ̀síbáì tí bàbá tó bá gba màálù ẹ̀yọ̀ kan ní north ẹ máa dáwọ́ north yẹn tó máa sọ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọmọ yìí máa sọ every week ló máa sọ. ó yìí máa sọ.
ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi mú ma pé I know everybody unless.
ọ̀gá bàbá wa bá support wa irú àwa yẹn.
Hold on, ẹni tó ń pè. Hold on, caller. Hold on. Mute tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ mi. Hold on, kẹ́ dẹ̀ mute. Hold on, kẹ́ mute. Yàn kan wà on. Hold on, kẹ́ mute. Àní kẹ́ hold on. Ẹni yàn kan wà on the air now. Hold on. Oh yeah, go ahead and to Latin America so that we can get the next person in as quickly as possible. Like I said, we're not here the whole day. He works in the American military. That's all I can tell you. And it's somebody that I speak to all the time. Go ahead, Mr. Leye. You're live with me now. Go ahead, please. Emma Boraini now. We have been saying this a lot. Tẹ́ think lórí program. Mute it. Think so that we will not have any interruption. All right, I'm going to let him go because, we repeat the same thing. I understand some of you probably don't understand how these things work. But the way it works is, tabati gbe call, itefin wo wa yen, e bá wa slow yen, pátápátá, phone tefin pe ni ke focus le lórí. Hello caller, go ahead.
Hello, what's Lion?
I'm going.
Yeah, I dey ko
Yeah.
Fact, ó yà nílẹ̀ mi. Ọ̀gọ́ tí mi kàn tẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ ní pé ní àná ẹnìkan pé ìyàwó mi ní bíbá yìí. Ẹni yẹn náà ó pè é wá mi lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. To my surprise, àwa Yorùbá, akínwádìí gbóyìnbó níbi ká wà hákílẹ̀sì pé ẹni wá ń sọ fún ìyàwó mi bọ̀ wáìdì mi gbé fóònù yẹn sí spíkà. Ó wá ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ lóde ẹ̀rẹ́ẹ̀ni. Mo wà forced láti sọ̀rọ̀ pé tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lé ní nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ń pa àwọn èèyàn ní mo jẹ́ rẹ́rìn-ín bí ìmọ̀ ẹnìyẹn o but mo wà forced láti sọ̀rọ̀.
Àwọn òsínlẹ̀ náà sọ.
Àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n wà so heartless but ṣé rí nǹkan tí mi tẹ̀ wá yìí tó tẹ̀lé rò ó pé ó pọ̀ tẹ̀ pé kan jáde nígbà tí vice president débẹ̀ kó dé yìn wọ́n kó dé yìn vice president nígbà tí Tinubu débẹ̀ tó wá ń ṣe rádaràdà òun fún wọn ní 50 million. Kókò tẹ ẹ̀yìn kó sì wọ́n padà lọ́nà wọ́n sọ èmi sọ kankan mo fi ọdún ọba búra mo lọ́mọ Nàìjíríà o tí nǹkan báyìí bá lọ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọmọ mi mo fi ọlọ́run bá búra mo fi àkùrá kẹrin búra màá dẹ̀ máa wọ mọ́tò and máa wọ plane máa padà sí nàìjíríà. nǹkan tí máa ṣe èmi fún ara mi ni máa pa àwọn onídàá yorùbá wọ̀nyẹn. èmi fún ara mi ní bí pẹ̀lú haúsá fúlàní.
àwọn tó kú yẹn náà ọmọ wa náà ní gbogbo àwọn tó kú yẹn so we must remember that.
àwọn ni máa dín pẹ̀lú.
Okay. ẹ ṣé gan ni. Again, everybody's opinion and views will be different. And Nikon can post the late Malafia. I'm doing that right now. We're still taking some of your calls as quickly as possible, but we're not spending as many times. So please, let's make it swiftly. So just that you can also add your own input as well. Hello, caller. Welcome on the program. Ekrole, sir.
First time meeting we were but inú mi dùn pé mo pè wọlé lẹ́yìn ni. Ẹ wo àánú Yorùbá ṣe ní gidigidi.
Okay.
And sorry to say our youth are ready to share anything.
Okay.
Mo ṣe kúrò Nàìjíríà mo ṣe dé síbi ìpínlẹ̀ ló ti tó 2 months àti gbára wálẹ̀ but as if pé most of you tó ti ready. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó dìgbà tí ó máa di pé ogun yẹn á wọlé tán pátápátá.
Ogun ti wà nílé rẹ̀ dé. Ogun ti wà nílé rẹ̀ dé.
Àwọn Yorùbá ń ṣe mí gidigidi. Ọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá ọba kan àbá olórí kan it is high time we should forget any leader or whatsoever or bóyá ọba. Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè gba Yorùbá sílẹ̀ ilé tí a wà yìí. So Yorùbá dey like sit tight seriously. Torí báwo làwọn èèyàn ṣe wọlé wá láti irú tọ́lọ́ gbà wọlé yẹn tó pa àwọn èèyàn tó dẹ̀ lọ yóò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó rí wọn aráàlú kan kò rí wọn ọlọ́pàá ò rí wọn kò sí vigilante kò sí anything. àwọn Yorùbá ṣe mí o àwọn Yorùbá ṣe mí mi dẹ̀ mọ Ọlọ́run nìkan lè gbà at the same time we should sit down.
Eshegani, thank you so much. To the time constraint, so I don't want us to just, I want as many people to get through, but we are not going to give anybody all the time to sit on the broadcast. Hello, caller. About mute background. And mute the background and don't quit, please.
Hello?
That's what.
Yes. Koiki.
I'm going to go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Go ahead, that's what on.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Gbogbo Yorùbá, mo kí gbogbo wa pé a kú ọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn, you know. So, but tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé ogun ti dé, ó dẹ̀ ti wọlé àbẹ̀tẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ò fura. Koiki sẹ́ mi pé gbogbo yín ń pariwo fún wọn, ẹ̀ ń pariwo fún wọn, gbogbo wa ń pariwo pé ogun ti dé, kó ń ká kú dìde. You see, tó bá rántí, ó rí pé mo máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà tí n bá ti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, tí n bá ti bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀, pé àwọn nǹkan kan wà tí èmi wà tí mi ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation pé ìjọba ìlera tá à ń jẹ káwọn èèyàn máa fi àdúrà kan gbé tàbí nǹkan kan olórí burúkú èèyàn olórí burúkú ẹ̀dá olórí burúkú ẹ̀dá wéré ẹni tó pọnà rí ò pé ó nìkan náà ni wọ́n máa pa níjẹ́ máa pa tẹ́ ń gba orísun ẹ̀ ok tó máa lọ́nu mọ́sálásí tàbí chọ́ọ̀chì gbàdúrà olórí burúkú náà ń perú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ iná lẹ́ni ètò ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀ ìlú Ọ̀wọ̀ tí í ṣe orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ètò ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀ ní àná orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá àwọn pastor protest wọn wá ń gbàdúrà ń bẹ̀ iṣẹ́ kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jí àwọn ọmọ kékeré dìde kó gbára wọn lẹ̀ jẹ́ kí n sọ tọrọ fún yín solution tó ṣẹlẹ̀ solution sí wàhálà tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ó ní pé kí ó kálukú dìde kó gba rẹ̀ anybody tó bá jí láàárọ̀ tàbí fẹ́ sùn lálẹ́ tó rò pé òun ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì kan tàbí leader kan gbà níbi kan tó fẹ́ gba òun ẹni yẹn ń tọrọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ o. àwọn pípì wa mo dẹ̀ ti sọ ti pẹ́ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká fẹnu kò ká mọ nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe tí a bá fẹnu kò tá a bá mọ nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá bóyá political leaders àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re àwọn religion leader àwọn ọba a jókòó sí Ìbàdàn a discuss pé ti aṣọ fún Nàìjíríà àti gbogbo àgbáyé pé nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe rè tó bá di pé tí a bá dẹ̀ dúró sójú ọ̀nà wa tí a bá sọ pé tí a bá dúró sójú ọ̀nà wa pé a lè ṣe nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe pé a fẹ́ kó òun Nàìjíríà tí a bá kó ìbọn kalẹ̀ at my age èmi ò gbé pa òun ta ara wa jẹ mọ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ kékeré ẹ̀ dìde fúnra ara yín
kò sí anybody tó máa gbà yín lẹ́nu wàhálà fẹ́ kò sí please because gbogbo àwọn ọba ìjòyè tàbí àwọn political leader tẹ́ wò yẹn Tinubu Bọ̀dé George Mákindé Akérédolú Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ Àwùjalẹ̀ of Ìjẹ̀bú Òde gbogbo àwọn ọba tẹ́yìn pé leader Adébóyè ìmáàmù tàbí ṣéèkì kan agbódegbà ní gbogbo people fún terrorist in fact gbogbo àwọn tí mo dákọ yẹn ẹgbẹ́ dangerous ju àwọn terrorist yìí lọ ẹ̀yin ọmọ kéékèèké ẹ dìde ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wálẹ̀ because Fúlàní Haúsá Fúlàní ò ní ìmọ̀ràn gidi fún wa ẹ dìde ó ká kó dìde kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjà fúnra rẹ̀ please.
ẹ ṣe gan ni sir.
tí wàhálà bá dé at my age èmi ò gbé ìbọn tí wọn bá tí Yorùbá rẹ bá ń fẹnu kò pé ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wálẹ̀ lẹ́nu ẹ kó ìbọn kalẹ̀ bá lọ mú ìbọn láti fi jà fún Yorùbá.
Thank you so much. I'm sure some of you thank you so much. Some of you recognize the voice. That's Babawa Mr. Olaoluwa. Ẹgbọ́n sókè láti ìlú Ìbàdàn mà kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí èmi ọmọ yín àbúrò yín náà ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì mórí ẹ̀mẹ́ Bashiru Mustapha ìyá mi Ọlájùmọ̀kẹ́ gbogbo yín ni mò ń kí pátápátá go ahead láti ìlú Ìbàdàn ẹni yóò tẹ̀ ráyè wọlé lánàá ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ pé tó almost 300 times but your life now go ahead.
Ẹ kúrò lẹ́gbọ̀n ọmọ Yorùbá.
Àwa ni ẹ.
Mo dẹ̀ kí wa kú iṣẹ́ ètò ìlú wa. Èdùmàrè á fún wa ní ìṣẹ́gun.
Àmín.
Ọ̀rọ̀ mi yóò pọ̀ ó dẹ̀ pọ̀.
Okay.
Láàárọ̀ yìí mò ń rò lọ. Kó má jẹ́ pé nǹkan dáhùn rò ní wọ́n á ṣe fún wa.
Okay.
Nípa ìsìn táwa tí a gbàgbọ́ tí à ń gbé kiri bí ara yìí.
Okay.
Tí àwọn pásítọ̀ wọn máa sọ fún wa lórí pẹpẹ pé àwọn Ísírẹ́lì wọn kú lẹ Íjíbítì wọn fẹ́ lọ gbalẹ̀ lánìí. Kí ni lọ́ọ̀tì àwọn tó wà nílẹ̀ Kínáánì yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣé wọn kì í ṣèyàn ni. Ṣùgbọ́n torí pé fẹ́fọ́ religion tó ń tà fún wa and support Israelite. Ẹ wo iye àwọn ìlú táwọn ọmọ Israelite báyé wọn jẹ́. Torí pé Ọlọ́run wọn sọ fún wọn pé òun fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ fún wọn.
Ajá kẹ́ni ìṣetán kẹ́yìn tó wọlé yóò tàn síbẹ̀. À ń gbọ́ yín bàbá mi láti ìlú Ìbàdàn.
Àwọn Fúlàní sọ fún wọn láti etí òfin.
Ẹ ó dàn sẹ́jẹ́ kẹ́ni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tán. À ń gbọ́ yín.
Àwọn Fúlàní sọ fún wa pé láti etí òfin bàbá ńlá àwọn tí wọ́n dá fojú sọ fún àwọn pé àwọn làwọn ní ilé wa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ continue on that mission of conquest.
Thank you, Mr. Wahab Ahmed. Thank you.
Àwa wá ń ka Bíbélì pé Ọlọ́run ní ó wá jà fún wa. Because wọ́n ti kàtó nítàn fún wa. Mọ̀ pé àwọn baba ńlá wa níbi tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ń jà láti dilẹ̀ mú ni wọ́n ti fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ wa tipẹ́tipẹ́ láti 1829 ni wọ́n ti fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ wa. Now ibi tọ́rọ̀ wa dé dúró báyìí ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá virus a ṣe fíìmù kan fún wọn ní Sábó ní Ọjọ́ ní Ìbàdàn. Fíìmù yẹn a tó máa tún ṣe fún wọn.
Ẹ ní láti ẹ̀dí sọ yẹn gbogbo yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká fìyẹn sílẹ̀ ẹni bá fẹ́ ṣe fíìmù ẹ má tẹ̀ ṣe any announcement nídìí gbogbo announcement yẹn. Thank you so much. I have to let him go. Gbogbo nítorí kálukú bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ní ìpamọ́ èmi náà ní nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe but tí bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń sọ ẹ̀yin náà lè máa ní kí èmi náà máa sọ ẹgbọ́n sókè girama ní kíákíá because of the time this evening.
Okay. Ṣé God bless you. Mo ti kí gbogbo àwọn tó pè lágbára Olúwa. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ó máa jẹ́ kójú wa kó là ní tẹ̀wọ̀n kó ti pẹ́ tẹ́tí ń pariwo ó dẹ̀ ti pẹ́ táwa náà ti ń dá sí i wípé ọmọ Yorùbá ronú ẹ jẹ́ ká jí gìrì ìgbà tí Chief Sunday Igboho jáde gbogbo wọn gbógun tì í ẹjọ́ ṣé nǹkan tó ń sọ kó ló wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn ṣé ó máa kàn mí kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní kàn kò sẹ́ni tí ò léèyàn Nàìjíríà àwa lè jókòó síbi kí ara kó rọ̀ wá káwọn kọ́kọ́ má dá sí wa bọ́tà ṣì léèyàn ní Nàìjíríà náà a sì léèyàn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ibẹ̀ láti jáde ṣe wá wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ọmọ yẹn ò ní burúburú láti lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí pé àgbàdì ẹlòmíì nílẹ̀ wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá a dẹ̀ ti gbà á jẹ́ rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni kì í ṣèpè tó rántí fi ṣe plan work ó dẹ̀ máa lọ sí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí wọ́n bá tètè jí ń sìn advice tèmi ni pé èmi gbàdúrà fún gbogbo àwọn tó ti lose àwọn èèyàn wọn gbọ́dọ̀ wọn á console wọn but kí spirit àwọn tó ń pa yẹn kọ́ má tiẹ̀ tí sùn bí spirit àwọn tó ń pa ní ensars bí ò ṣe sùn tó ń torment gbogbo àwọn tó pa wọ́n sìn kí spirit yẹn kó torment gbogbo wọn kó ń bọ́ síta ní òkú kó jáde sí wèrè sí gbangba táwọn èèyàn lè mọ̀ pé àwọn náà pa wọ́n tó bá ti wá ṣe yẹn tó ti arrest wọn tó ti pa wọ́n bó ṣe pa wọ́n yẹn wọ́n lè lọ rest bọ̀kẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan má pray pé spirit wọn should rest in peace not now wọ́n pa ọmọ wọ́n pa gbogbo wọ́n pa àgbàlagbà nínú ilé ìjọsìn kì í ṣe pé bóyá wọ́n lọ jalè o kì í ṣe pé bóyá wọ́n lọ ṣe olóṣò wọ́n lọ gbàdúrà ni wọ́n dẹ̀ lọ pa wọn síbẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn ṣé wá rí ẹ̀kejì ẹjọ́ àwọn dádì wa ibà Gani gbogbo àwọn battalion tó ná ní ẹjọ́ láti sin àdìrí nǹkan kó ṣẹlẹ̀ o ṣé kò yẹ kó ti dá gbogbo wọn sínú gbọ́kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wá wọn ti ṣiṣẹ́ ibi yẹn ṣé kò yẹ kó ti ṣe ń sìn then last one advice mo fẹ́ fún gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ oníṣẹ́ military tó ti fẹ̀yìntì tó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n jọ tọrọ lọ́hùn kan dìde mo sọ a ní káàkiri ní gbogbo state ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kọ́ fẹnu kò kọ́ má jẹ́ kí àwọn ọlọ́pàá kó mọ̀ because àwọn ọlọ́pàá àti sójà yẹn they are not there to protect us they are there to monitor us kí wọ́n lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn ara wọn kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ni máa ṣe nǹkan sìn because ṣẹ́rẹ́lì tó ń ṣò yìí sample ni wọ́n wá lọ́sàn-án gbogbo wọ́n wá display ni wọ́n wá lóru this time so advice dey máa fún wọn nìyẹn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ogun wa gbogbo àwọn dádì wa tó ń ti ṣiṣẹ́ ogun rí tó ń ti fẹ̀yìntì this is the time to pay back to their soil nílẹ̀ Yorùbá èmi ò ní kọ́ lọ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ní Àbújá o nǹkan tó ń bá ní wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ní Àbújá wọ́n á tì wọ́n mọ́ òun ni wọ́n á kó àwọn Boko Haram sọwọ́ sí wa àwọn Boko Haram náà ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn so advice dey máa fún wọn nìyẹn tó bá létí kan gbọ́ àwọn ọba wa ti pariwo títí àwọn òjòyè á ti pariwo títí ṣé wọ́n ti wá rí sìn so ó ti délẹ̀ tó ń sìn everybody will eat their breakfast like he used to say. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. Eshegani Grandma. We're still taking your calls. Your contribution is much as value to me on this broadcast. But all we can only say is I'm only here for a just short period of time. Hello, caller. And to think about Emil background. Mo bodo don iya mi ní ibi tí ẹ wà lọ́hùn. Ìyá Miracle ni mo ń pè yín. But ẹni tó ń pè ẹ ti wà live. Go ahead, please.
Ẹ kọ́lẹ̀ sá.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ṣé ti rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àná, right? Ó kọ mí lórí inú gan, ó dẹ̀ bà mí nínú jẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi kàn fẹ́ pick point pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí ọba Ọ̀jájá sọ. Tó sọ wípé we are fully prepared. Fully prepared. If you are prepared, ẹ jáde now.
Okay.
You can't just be saying we are prepared, we are fully prepared, we are fully prepared, and they are killing people. We are fully prepared. On fire, we are fully prepared. We are on fire. Pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá, Mr. Koikimedia ti parọ́ fún yín. Pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá, fully prepared yẹn, ó yẹ kó gbogbo ìjáde. But okay, go and combat wherever they are. Because number one, we don't have government. So government is supposed to create security not give you content. What can be a come planking?
No, a lot of programs. Shepherd does it tell election. Oh
my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Number two.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and don't sorrow. Emma sorrow law. Mo tini ke drop and let drop out on the Mombasa phone. But again, let's see the next caller anyway. 1825, that's 625. Mo ki gbogbo yin patapata ti e wa lórí thread pẹ̀lú wa on Instagram, MixLR and all the 7 o'clock. Mo laniyan láti gbé program yìí wá sílẹ̀. I don't think I have the strength of 5 hours. I'm just talking about the 24 hours. If I'm right, I think maybe that's Iyawa Ifeoluwa Lady K. I think that's her. I'm not too sure, but somebody's using a picture frame there. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè ìyá mi, ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè Eshegani káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mo kí n bẹ̀ bàbá Michael Awe.
Ẹ káàsán Mr. Koiki.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ mi.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ sir.
Eshegani Yawa, thank you so much.
Yes sir. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ fún wa ní ìmọ̀ràn gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ti ń sọ. Ṣé ráwa tá a wà nílé a lè sọ nǹkan tí situation jẹ́ better. Ṣé rí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní òkè òkun ó ká yín lára gan ni a dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ appreciate ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn tó wà nílé wọn ò tiẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ. Àwọn tó wà nonchalant wà, then àwọn tí ò ní access sí internet, tí ò ní access sí news tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ ká ṣe ètò ìkéde yìí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ ti rí nǹkan tí prelate tí wọ́n release yẹn tó tọ́? Mo fẹ́ ká túmọ̀ ẹ̀ sí Yorùbá. Ṣé nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yé yín sà? Mo fẹ́ ká túmọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yẹn sí Yorùbá. ṣé rí ti ọba Dáyàmà Láfíà yẹn náà mo fẹ́ ká túmọ̀ ẹ̀ sí Yorùbá. Mo wá fẹ́ ká ṣètò bí ìkéde ogun ti débodè bó ṣe máa wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá sẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa wọn ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló jẹ́ pé bó ṣe wà ignorant up to this moment pé wọn ò ní access because of the condition of the country. Àwọn èèyàn ò rówó ra data, wọn ò rówó ra nǹkan kan, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ò mọ̀. Àwọn tó mọ̀ náà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wà nonchalant because they are not getting the real information. Àwọn information tó bá kàn ń gbọ́ lórí rédíò, ìròyìn gidi kan, ìròyìn kìíní kan ni wọ́n mọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ ká túmọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sí Yorùbá kí a wá ṣètò bí ìkéde ṣe máa wà. Tá a máa sọ pé ogun ti débodè o, tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn wa máa play pé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ni báyìí sọ, tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn wa lè fetí wọn gbọ́. Mo mọ̀ wípé nǹkan yìí ó máa ta àwọn èèyàn wa jí, á jẹ́ kí àwọn so that our people will be aware. I know when our people are very much aware, then they can be prepared, then they can know the kind of danger they are in. Torí tó bá jẹ́ pé wà ní Nàìjíríà ń bí àwọn èèyàn wá ṣe ń lọ tó ń bọ̀ bí ẹni tí nǹkan kò ṣẹlẹ̀, ó máa ṣe yín dànù fún àwọn èèyàn wa ni. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, ẹ jẹ́ kó máa wá túmọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sí Yorùbá, kó wá jẹ́ kó máa ṣe ìkéde kí àwọn èèyàn wa lè mọ̀ wípé ogun ti yí wa káàkiri o, àti ẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ dídá gbúdọ̀ múra. Ẹ̀mí àkọ́kọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má jẹ́ àsùnmọ́ o, àti sọ ti pé a máa jà ní wọ́n ti ń sọ fún wa báyìí káwọ́ gbéra mọ̀ wípé kì í ṣe káwọ́ gbéra. Ẹ ṣé o, ẹ kú ètò wa máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. Ẹni tó ń pè wá ṣe fi dá sórí ètò ni mò ń béèrè, ẹ bá ń wo TV ẹ ní ìyẹn wà ẹ má gbọ́ TV yẹn, ẹ bá ti ń pè wá ẹ má tún gbọ́ ẹ má gbọ́ra yín again, ìyẹn wà delayed. Ẹ ló kọ́là ẹ gbóhùn sókè.
Hello, Mr. Koiki, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ sá o.
Àwa ni ẹ mọ̀.
Ọlọ́run á máa fún yín lókun àtagbára ẹ̀ ní síkì olórúkọ Jésù. Ẹ wò ó, màmá tó sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sìn náà, nǹkan tó kúkú sọ ló make sense. Àná mo dá sóyè ètò yìí, mo ní ó dà pé àwọn èèyàn nídìí kí Fúlàní bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bọ́ǹbù gbogbo èyí tó kù. Bóyá tó bá kọ everybody wọn wá mọ̀ pé nǹkan ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n lágbára Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kí nǹkan burúkú tó ń Fúlàní ń pín kiri. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ ó kan ẹnìkankan wa lórúkọ Jésù, Ọlọ́run bá wa dá dúró. Buhari stop ẹni ọmọ kan tó ṣe àwọn ará Nàìjíríà. Mo ń rò pé bóyá wọ́n ti ń ṣe ògùn sí wọn. Àwọn ìjọba wọn gbọ́dọ̀ lè máa ṣe ògùn sí wọn. Kò sí nǹkan tí wọn ò lè ṣe sí wọn. Wọ́n lè máa ṣe sí wọn kí tí wọ́n máa di. President wọn lánàá kò tiẹ̀ sọ pé òkè o, we will fish these people out so we will do anything, kò sọ ń pẹ̀. Tinubu náà wọ́n ṣú ẹ̀ náà láàárọ̀ yìí. Ìyẹn náà sọ pé ẹ̀yin ará àdúgbò yìí tẹ bá rí nǹkan kan ẹ lọ sọ fún wọn ní police station. Ṣé kò tó yẹ kó sọ? Ṣé kò tó yẹ kí bàbá yẹn sọ nìyẹn pé kọ́ lọ sọ police station? Àbí kó sọ pé these people we will find them and we will stop this thing. Nǹkan tẹ́mi kọ̀ fẹ́ àmọ̀ràn tẹ́mi tún fẹ́ gba àwọn ènìyàn ni pé àwọn ìyá àwọn abiyamọ ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó bọ́ síta. Kó bọ́ síta ní wòwò kó rálì fún àwọn wèrè tapẹ̀ ní Yorùbá politician yìí. Torí pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó kọ̀ wọ́n pẹ̀lú anybody, wọ́n di tí. Tinubu náà túbọ̀ bá gbogbo nǹkan tó wà lẹ́rù jẹ́. Torí mo ro gbogbo oníwọ̀n ló gbé yìí sí. Àwọn wèrè wọn ló gbé sí ìjọba tí wọn ní sẹ́ǹsì bó ṣe lè dín pẹ̀lú àwọn idiot Haúsá yìí. Nǹkan tẹ̀mí rí sí káwọn gbogbo ìyá yẹn kọ́ bọ́ síta. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni bó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ ogun náà lọ́ máa tibẹ̀ dálẹ̀. Kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dálẹ̀ fún àwọn Yorùbá leader yẹn. Èmi mọ̀ pé kò sí leader kankan bẹ̀ yẹn. They are just bunch of useless people tó pera wọn ní leader àti politician. Torí bí ìmọ̀ṣẹ́ tó gbà tí ìlú bàjẹ́ tó yẹn. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ lájọ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń ṣe.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Ọlọ́run ò lè yanjú ẹ̀jú pé káwa gangan dìde. Àwọn ìyá abiyamọ tòótọ́ tí wọ́n rí ohun tó ń lọ àtẹ́yí tí ò rí ohun tó ń lọ gan kọ́ jẹ́ kó gbọ́ kó bọ́ síta. Àmì ìkọ̀kọ̀ ò lè dárú wọn yẹn dúró. Kọ́ bọ́ síta kọ́ ṣe rálì fún wọn. Níbi tí Buhari gan máa gbọ́ l'Àbújá pé wọ́n ṣe rálì.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. I'm gonna let you. Àfẹ́pín la fẹ́. Ẹ ṣé gan ni yàrá. I'm gonna let you go. Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. I'm going to let you go because if not, I need back as many calls. Eshegoni Yami, thank you so much for the contribution. And to what on Yawa low expression, and I want to really buttress on that. Emma, we minority reach explain. Inti I want so ento pe ni suru. Mo fi kini ìṣàpèjúwe ní the last time. Gbogbo ẹ ti ta kókó báyìí. Nigeria lele. This is your shit old country called Nigeria, okay? As you can see there, Bishem Pule. So this is your country, right? So what we need to do now is we need to break this so that everybody can be loose. You are all locked in this, what you can see there. You are all locked in. And our job is to break it. And it will be break. The yoke will break. And nobody is going to stop it. Even the king says we have invaders. Hello, caller, because of time constraint. I only have half an hour and I need to take as many calls as possible.
Cinema,
sir.
Yes, bro. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, èmi fẹ́ pass àwọn message kékeré kọ̀ọ̀kan ni. Àti àfáà ni o, àti àfáà ni o, àti ẹni tó lọ church ni o. Ẹ lọ wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe àmàlà àtẹwédú sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti kọjá ọ̀rọ̀ ọba àti politician. Àwọn people ìwọ̀n ṣẹ́rọ̀rọ̀ ìbọn ṣe máa dá ẹ̀ dáhùn nìyẹn. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe sí. Ìwọ tó bá ń lọ sí church, Ọlọ́run ò bínú sí kó mú nǹkan kan sápò tó máa fi save ara ẹ o. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá yẹn rí bó ṣe touch di gbogbo the whole world. Ó tún ṣe ń bọ̀ o torí àlejòpá ní rírú ẹ̀ mọ̀.
Irú ẹ̀ tún ṣe ń bọ̀. Ẹ̀mí sọ̀rọ̀ tàn kẹ́tọ́ wọlé. Ẹ má sọ ọlọ́mọ ń gbọ́ yín sà.
Hello sir.
Ẹ ń gbọ́ yín.
Irú ẹ̀ tún ṣe ń bọ̀ o.
Okay.
Then ṣé ẹ mọ̀ wípé ní ọjọ́ Friday àwọn 16 country Fúlàní ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n wọlé sí Nàìjíríà níjọ́ Friday.
I saw that, yeah. I saw that.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ fi kíní ẹ ṣe analysis kí náà wá ṣe wọ́n wá complete agenda jihadi wọn ni 16 countries.
I'm aware of that.
náà wọlé wá. Then ṣe rí primary election wèrè wọn tó ń pariwo àwọn politician yóò máa jẹ breakfast wọn APC ti announce ń sìn yín pé àwọn làwọn fẹ́ lò.
Ẹ má wọrí ẹmi tẹ̀fẹ̀ Adam, má bínú láti let you go. Ọ̀rọ̀ làwọn àkọ́ ló bá wa nísìn. Ẹ má bínú, I have to let him go. Èyí tó bá mi níbí báyìí òun làwọn tó pa. So ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo ní APC fi ṣe One Nation Central account mo rí pé bàbá àròpọ̀ ti post nǹkan kan sórí media. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna post that video out and then we can all know what we need to know. Ẹ má bínú the last caller. Ẹ má gbọ́rọ̀ APC wá síbí báyìí mo bẹ̀ wá ni. Àwọn èèyàn wá kú ìyẹn ló yẹ kó ta wá lára. Ẹgbọ́n sókè alẹ́ tó ń pè wá.
Ẹ kúrò lè Mr. Koiki. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àwọn èèyàn wa tí àwọn terrorist Fúlàní terrorist tí wọ́n pa. Ṣé rí púpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa àwọn fún ara náà máa fọ́ ara wọn fa nǹkan tó máa pa wọ́n o.
Ok, ẹ bá a ṣe ká gbọ́.
Ìdí dẹ̀ nìyí o, ṣe rí ọmọ Èkó ni mí, ìyá ọmọ mi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Mo ti máa ń sọ fún wọn gbogbo bó ṣe máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bí báyìí máa ń ṣàlàyé fún wọn pé báyìí ni àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí ni àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Kódà mo kìlọ̀ fún ọ débi pé mo ní ẹni ọ̀kadà tẹ bá ti fẹ́ gbé ọ̀kadà ẹ sọ fún ẹ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ bá ti rí pé wọ́n ń ṣe Ìgbò àbí Yorùbá ẹ má gbé ẹ yẹ́yìn padà kẹ lọ wá míì. Síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ náà ìyá ọmọ mi yóò gbọ́ o kò gbọ́ o lẹ́yìn eléyìí yìí ni ilé tó ń gbé ló ń sọ fún mi pé wọ́n fẹ́ gba ọlọ́dẹ and all that àdìdè wọ́n lọ mú ẹnìkan wá mo ní ẹni tó mú wá bá lọ jẹ́ wọ́n lọ mú mọ́là ní àwọn tí àgbàṣá kíní kọ̀ọ̀kan náà mo ní mọ́là lẹ́tún gbà sínú ilé pẹ̀lú kan tó yẹlẹ̀ lánàá mo yà ní kọ́ mọ́ mi because ó ti lé ní 16 máa lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn sísà mi páàkì gbogbo ẹrù ẹ ó dẹ̀ kó gbogbo ẹrù ẹ mo ní kó máa lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn sísà mi. Mo ní nǹkan tó bá fọwọ́ ara ẹ fà wà àti àwọn ará ilé yín wàhálà tí nìyẹn wọn ò bá ṣàyín rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀ kọ́ sílẹ̀ ọ̀tún fún wọn kọ́ ṣàyé pa sínú ilé wàhálà mi ní omi kò ní jábọ́ lójú mi. Kẹ́rẹ́ àwọn èèyàn wa àìbìkítà àìka nǹkan kún.
Ṣé a lè sọ pé màálù tó ń jẹ yẹn ó ń wà lára tó ń fà á ni àbí nígbà tẹ́yìn bá ń sọ fẹ́ni tó súnmọ́ yín pẹ́kípẹ́kí tó bá gbọ́.
Màálù kúrò kẹ́rí ẹ jẹ́ ká yọ ọ̀rọ̀ màálù kúrò pé wọ́n ṣe nǹkan kan sí wa kò sí ọkàn tó ń ṣe sí wa gbogbo wọn yẹn à ń wá àwáwí ni àwọn èèyàn wa àwọn Yorùbá wa orí wọn kú inú wọn dẹ̀ bu ọ̀rọ̀rùn sá ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sínú fámìlì sínú ìyá ọmọ mi lélẹ́yìí tẹ́ bá lè mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn wa orí wọn ò pé rárá.
ẹ ṣé gan ní alàgbà ẹ jẹ́ ń lọ sí +66 I guess that's Malaysia if I'm right. Thailand. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kọ́ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni ó máa tọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ni.
ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta abẹ́ ni èmi ni o.
Go ahead.
àkókò àkọ́níkàkọ́
mo fẹ́ gbọ́ kí ni
tó
central
dúró
account
díẹ̀ ní
then
ká
I
wo
can
bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe
play
lọ.
that. mo ń bọ̀.
ẹ̀dẹ̀ kú ti bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ yín náà.
ẹ ṣé gan ni.
so ìjẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi kò fẹ́ sọ kò pọ̀ èmi kò fẹ́ ránṣẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ Ọ̀wọ̀ ni. kíní yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá ọba Ọ̀wọ̀ jáde náà wọ̀ ó ń pass messages fún ọmọ Ọ̀wọ̀ wípé kọ́ má ṣe ẹni tí pọ̀ wọn máa ṣe nǹkan dẹ̀ ló tún máa sọ pàpàǹbarì ó ní pé Mali náà ti wá báwo ló ṣe mọ̀ pé Mali náà ti wá wọ́n fún formation message tẹ̀lé ọmọ pass fún ọmọ Ọ̀wọ̀ ní pé kọ́ má dúró de anybody ẹni tó bá ló mọ̀ self defence kọ́ má sọ pé báyìí pé kinní kan gbá kan àwo kan wọ́n operate bẹ́ẹ̀ for an hour ọlọ́pàá ò wá ìgbà tó wá lọ́kàn wọn á mì síta bẹ́ẹ̀ kan bá mú gbàgbé dání bó mú dìdá ní sìn wọ́n máa pariwo pé wọ́n máa àwọn ọmọ wọlé mi send message sí kọ́ má lajúlẹ̀ anybody tó má ti rẹ́ anybody tó bá ti rìnrìn kúrò tó bá ti ṣọmọ ìlú wọn kọ́ dí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ nǹkan tẹ́mi kọ́ máa sọ nìyẹn sà.
ẹ ṣé gan ni and at this junction I need to now I can now put this together. It's going to go live on our page. This is very, very important, that we get this message out. So what I'm doing now, I've just been able to see all the details. So I'm going to post this now. I might take one more call while I'm going to post it. But Tibati Shetan, I would then have to do a bit of talk about it. Then later on, maybe when I have the strength, call on go from any strength, because Bubuntan She is all about the strength and the energy. I might come back out and then I will be able to do a full program on the Yoruba Central account. I can now say we have information that's got to do with the Yoruba Central account. So right now, I'm posting it on our Facebook. They've put it together, and it is entirely up to every one of us now to go and do the needful. It's okay, yeah, about much background here at your life.
Okay, it's so sad. Ìlú mi is next door to Ọ̀wọ̀. Wọ́n ti sọ fún wa àti gbọ́. Ọmọ Yorùbá ti gbọ́ o, wọn ò gbà ní. It's so sad. People are just ignorant. Wọ́n ní ogun àgbọ́tẹ́lẹ̀ kò ń parọ́ àrọ̀ tó bá gbọ́n ni. But unfortunately, we are too carried away, especially people in Nigeria. Àwọn èèyàn wa. Wọn ò fẹ́ mọ ohun tó ń lọ pé ogun ti dé bodè. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe rí igbó kan wà ní around that area Ọ̀wọ̀ Ìdó-Àní going to Ifọ̀n igbó yẹn lead to Benin and so many Kwara gbogbo ẹ̀ is a forest reserve ibẹ̀ ni àwọn people yìí wà. Bí woman tó wá láti bóyá America àbí Canada tó kidnap òun ọmọ àtọkọ ẹ̀ tó sọ pé you don't know where these people are. They know where they are. They know where they are and they must do something. Inú gbọ̀nyàn náà wà, ibẹ̀ náà ti jọba sí. And during the daytime, wọ́n máa wá sáàrin ìlú. Ní area Ọ̀wọ̀ gbogbo yẹn, you will see them there. Physically lọ́sàn-án. And ibi tó ń gbé nìyẹn, àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ wọ́n o. Governor Akeredolu, do something now. Igbó reserve kankan. Ẹ mọ ibi tó ń wà. Ẹ take action. Torí bó ṣe máa wálẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan tó máa wá àtàkì ní igbó yẹn náà ṣẹ́tù sí. Kí àwọn èèyàn dìde o, kán dìde, ogun ti dé o. Kán Akérédolú, gbogbo ẹ̀tarùsì, gbogbo rédíò Ondo State, all Yorùbá radio station, kán bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. It's not my secret. We can't pretend again. Ká máa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ gbogbo pílánì wọ̀nyí kan translate ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìyá wa kan ṣe sọ lórí rédíò lórí tẹlifíṣàn kan máa. Tinubu ogun tó kọ́ wá gba Yorùbá lélẹ́yìí o àwọn Fúlàní ti dé o from all over the place irọ́ náà ń pa o less reserve. No, those states.
Shigani, thank you so much. Like I said, I only have 15 minutes. There's no way we will get everybody in. We're trying as much as possible to bring as many of you in. Regulars, get in. Like I said, under 30 seconds, go ahead straight away. I got to push as many people out of the, so that we can get as many people in. Hold on, let's see location 9, location 9, but let's South Africa, go ahead straight away, please. South Africa, go ahead. South Africa, go ahead.
All right, ẹ ṣé Mr. Koiki.
Yeah.
Ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí? Yeah, South Africa.
And Borain now in another broadcast. You're a regular, you know how these things work. You are listening to yourself. That's why there's a bit of delay. You are listening to the broadcast in the house. You are a regular, you know how these things work. You shouldn't be listening to yourself. I'm going here, go ahead.
Yeah, so nǹkan tí mo sọ ni pé ṣe rí àwọn governors yìí bàbá traitor ni wọ́n mọ̀ nípa kínní o nǹkan tó fi lè mú Akérédolú jáde kó sọ wípé ọba lídì ni ìyẹn ti wá Libya ló ti train ó fi hàn gbàgbàgbà pé gbogbo àwọn governors yìí wọ́n mọ̀ nípa gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n kàn dákẹ́ ni ṣùgbọ́n kí ni máa sọ ilẹ̀ máa mú gbogbo wọn o pátápátá fún mi tó ṣe tó ń fẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn ṣòfò tó bá mọ̀ pé lótìtọ́ àti tòdòdò làwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìran wọn kí wọ́n bá di gbogbo àwọn ọ̀kadà tó jẹ́ Fúlàní àti Haúsá ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá that should be their first step láti take to stop all this nonsense tí wọ́n fẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn takáìtì tí wọ́n tó wà lọ ṣe air service tó ló ń gbówó wèrè sílẹ̀ tó ti ń campaign again lórí pé àwọn èèyàn kú wọ́n tó ṣe campaign. So that's my contribution.
That contribution is valid just as so many other contributions. And then let's see the local number. I don't know, sometimes people use this number where they're in other countries, but I'll just pin it that you are in Nigeria or location 9 or Yoruba land, depending on which one they're from. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, sir.
It's on Yema. Lashe Dumari.
Location 9.
Oh, that's fine. Emma saw the bell. Go ahead. Hold on. At me?
I need that múra tó èmi mo ti sọ fáwọn family mi ṣe tóbi tó inú mi dùn pé wọ́n kọ́ sí mi lẹ́nu èmi ti sọ fún wọn àkọ́kọ́ màálù àtẹmọ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gbà
adúpẹ́ fún Elédùmarè adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run ọba.
èlòkèjì kíkálukú náà mo ṣe wà yìí mo ti ó bá fi mo sọ fún yín pé mo wà tí olórí tí wọ́n bá wọ àdúgbò ní nǹkan tó máa dálẹ̀.
Very good. Very good. Then I think also, mommy, torí pé mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín máa ń ṣe ìtàn pè ní landlord meetings. It is important that all these conversations bọ́ọ̀ bá fẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ sọ fún chairman ní local not local government landlord association pé the situation at hand now because reason why I'm saying most estates ẹ máa ń lo bikers tó máa ń wọnú ibẹ̀ tó máa ń jáde and that means they know in and out and they can create a lot of havoc. If 4 people were able to create that havoc yesterday, can you imagine into the challenge moju? Mo ń bọ̀ Belgium ìyàwó tó wà ní Belgium mo ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yìí. Very good. Flush them out, yes. Nobody should be sleeping in any building that we don't know who they are. You know, everybody must now be vigilant. Kó lọ gbalé ká mọ̀ wọ́n, a fẹ́ mọ̀ identity wọn, at least for now, kó lọ gbalé ká lè dá wọn mọ̀ páwọn lélẹ̀, rather than sleeping all over the place. Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan ni yàwá. Very good. Very, very vigilant because it's no longer a joke. Ẹ Eshegoni Yawa, thank you so much, and I'm so happy that we hear from you as well. With Ashedumari. Enough information from her. Let's go to Belgium, where we have a new caller. Like I said, Emma Bino, I cannot go more than 7. I wish money strength, but I need to also make sure that we have enough energy. I might come back tonight, then we can review a lot of things again, especially maybe the central account. The details of the central account is already on our timeline, all the social media platforms, and let us now start making those contributions, and I might give us more information on that. Emma Binukwe Moti holding for 3 minutes in Belgium. Go ahead, listen.
Yeah, anyway, Ekason, Ekale. Anika ki gbogbo wa ni o, aku ara fẹ́ra kú. Ọlọ́run bá wa rọ àwọn èèyàn tí àwọn èèyàn wọn tán kú, Ọlọ́run bá wa rọ wọn lójú.
Àṣẹ o.
Lórí kíní audio tẹ play lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ma.
Ṣé ẹ rántí wípé gbogbo yẹn wọ́n sọ wípé kó bá di ìgbà báyìí kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn kan máa lọ sí ìlú mi kan máa lọ sí ìlú mi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So ibo ni mẹ́sẹ̀gì yẹn ti wá tó bá jẹ́ wípé wọ́n rán wọn níṣẹ́ náà ní iṣẹ́ máa bá ti tó tẹ́lẹ̀ náà tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé àwọn bá yẹn gbogbo ìgbà táwọn máa kúrò. Àwọn ti mọ̀ ìgbà táwọn máa kúrò. That is the reason why gbogbo oníkàlùkù wọn fi dákẹ́ gbogbo àwọn pẹ́kúrọ̀sì yẹn gbogbo wọn sílẹ̀ tẹ̀lé gbogbo wọn ti máa dé ọmọ kúrò nílùú. Now àwọn pípù yìí sì tún wọ́n send message kọ́ máa lọ Kútọ́nù kọ́ máa lọ sí ìlú mi kọ́ máa lọ lù mí. Ok, tí gbogbo àwọn ìjọba kúrò nílùú tó lọ lù mí kí làwọn fẹ́ wá ṣe nínú kí làwọn fẹ́ wá ṣe nínú wa tí wọ́n bá ní pé kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ìlú kúrò nílùú kí làwọn fẹ́ wá mú nínú ìlú. Tẹ̀lé fẹ́ wá bá ok wọ́n máa ń dọ́gbọ́n sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn kọ́ ọmọ kúrò nílùú kí wọ́n máa wọlé we take over gbogbo yìí ní ká fún ìgbà tí wọ́n máa ń dé padà wá sí wọn bá dílé àwọn take over lé. Àbí.
Ẹ ṣe gan.
Ilé àwọn ìpalẹ̀ wọ́n máa tọ̀gbẹ́ sí gbogbo àwọn ilé ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ nìyẹn. So the first book nísìnyí nǹkan ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn tó wà nínú nǹkan tó dé jókòó tí gbogbo wọn dé tí wọn ò ní máa pàdé wọn fẹ́ lọ sọ fún wọn wípé ibùdó ńlá Èkó gan ti kú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti kú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ fẹ́ wọ́n ti kò sí lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n gbé ẹ̀rọ padà that is what policemen
The whole system is already compromised, so a policeman will not be able to stop them, especially tó bá tún jẹ́ pé wọ́n bá kó ẹni tó wọ uniform military wá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ wọ́n bí wọ́n dá kó dá wọn dúró. So the whole system is already compromised. So a kàn ní láti wake up our mind àwọn èèyàn wa mọ́ ni. Okay. We're already on the right track. I'm going to let you go so that I could maybe 1 or 2 more calls before we go. That's a caller from Belgium. Like I said, not everybody will get through. Do not get angry if you have not get through. I'll come back again definitely tonight, and then we can have more conversation. But I need to go now in the next 5 minutes. Modefeshi play a little bit from the central account. Go ahead quickly. Et Walima.
Bàbá mi ogun ti dé o ìkan tó ti lábẹ́òkúta ń sìn mo tún ti rí tán pòsì pé àwọn ọmọ Ìgbòho gan wà lára wọn pé kán tètè kúrò ní abúlé yẹn pé wọ́n máa padà wá lóru kódà mo ti fi díẹ̀ sínú sítátọ̀sì mi ogun ti dé o àmọ́ báwa Yorùbá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe o ó ti dé ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o ó ti dé o lábẹ́òkúta nínú abúlé látàná tí mo ti rí gbogbo kí nìyẹn mi ìgbádùn ara mi èèyàn ni wọ́n pa tí ìjẹran tí ìṣàgá ogun ti dé o ogun ti dé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣàánú wa ogun ti dé o eléyìí ò ṣe pé dẹ̀sẹ̀ mọ́
ọba ọjà
nàìjíríà ń pè tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti di nàtúrù ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣàánú wa ogun ti dé o.
ẹ ṣe gan ni ìyá mi má bínú mi láti gbé direct call tó ń bọ̀ náà láti US or grief yes ẹ go ahead ẹni tó ń pè wá ẹja gbọ́ látọ̀dọ̀ yín ọba wa Ọ̀jájá the second ó sọ pé. Láti wọ̀ ní ẹ̀bẹ̀ mo wà live on the program mo lè answer any call nísìnyí ká wà live ìyá ká sọ̀rọ̀ tí bá ṣe tán tó bá yẹ pé ẹ fi dá sí program kàkẹ́ má gba time mi ẹ má bínú ẹ pè mí tẹ́ bá tí bá ṣe tán kò ń ṣe pé kẹ́ pè straight away má ṣe tán the next 5 minutes but I need a short break for myself maybe in another 2 hours kẹ́ pè mí ká sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má bínú because the our life, when people hold on, that means we cannot allow another call, and I can only give maybe 3 more calls. You all have a lot to say. We're managing the time, especially I need to go and also have something to eat. Hello, caller.
Yeah,
okay. Yes.
Now tó fi ní gbogbo power tó fi gbogbo ìwọ ní custom everything tó ti gbogbo power gbogbo tó ń ṣe tó fi ní agbára láti ṣe. Òun sọ fún wa wípé ẹni tó ń bọ̀ London náà ní so àdé ní ẹni fa àkọ́kọ́ tó they are ready to finish every of Yorùbá. Àròkò tó pa nìyẹn. So òun ní pápá tó wá gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ pé kí wọ́n kọ́ iná ní Yorùbá nation wọ́n lè ti máa gbọ́ sùn. And then ṣẹ́rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé most of àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ń lé.
Any sir. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ìtẹ́ ìsọ ẹni sùúrù ẹ ká slow down ẹ hold on caller. Gbogbo wọn lọ gbọ́ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀ lánàá, right? So wọ́n sọ yẹn nínú rédíò wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe Yorùbá nation ló lọ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn àbí, right? Wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn Fúlàní terrorist ni so that means kí wọ́n ti gbọ́ nìyẹn. So gbogbo ọ̀gbọ́n yẹn jẹ́ ká pa yẹn tì, please. A lè máa continue láti advice wọn, encourage wọn, wọ́n ọ̀gbọ́n kankan mọ́ nísìn. Ẹni tó bá ní òun ọ̀gbọ́n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀ lánàá kò lè gbọ́n kankan mọ́ tí ó máa fi kúrò láyé, that's all. So ẹ ṣé gan ni caller, thank you so much. Mo ń bọ̀ ẹni tán pé ní sọ̀rọ̀.
Mo ti sọ́rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ kí àwọn tó àmọ̀ kó mọ ẹni tè ẹ̀jẹ̀ kó gádà àwọn youth that's nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kó gádà àwọn youth kó má jẹ́ kó wọ́n dọ̀dà àwọn ọmọ ọba nothing àwọn tó wọ̀ pé kí ni kó gádà àwọn youth no government by no government.
Okay, all right.
Kó gádà bí ìgbà tó máa ṣe meeting kó gádà àwọn so that.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let you go. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí Baba Lekiti náà kó wọlé ní kíákíá because like I said the time is really against me now. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè ètò nìyẹn.
Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn mọ̀ wípé àwọn tó wà ní ògbọ́ yẹn á ń díẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn ìyá yẹn kan ti ń wo fíìmù lórí outdoor phone. Mo dẹ̀ kí ìran Yorùbá kú oríire. Irọ́ tí ẹni Ọláyọ̀mí Kóìkì ń pa látijọ́ yìí ó ti ń dòun bọ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ tí ì rí nǹkan kan ṣe gbọ́ mi ẹ̀já máa múra lẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gbàgbọ́ nínú Yorùbá nation àṣírí yìí ò ní tú o a ó ṣe débi èrè a ó gba ilẹ̀ wa ẹ ti rí pé ẹ̀kọ́ ti ń ṣojú mímu náà á dẹ̀ pé bàbá àtọ́lé àyè ṣì wà nínú ọkọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ àgùntàn kájọ gbárùkù ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tó ń fa ara rẹ̀ dárúkọ kí Yorùbá ó ní àṣeyọrí ẹ kú ètò bàbá mi. Ẹ
ṣé gan ni Bàbá Lẹ́kìtì ni ẹgbọ́n wọn yẹn ní ẹ̀ǹkan mo kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa tẹ ti ń wò wá lótìtọ́ I know a lot of us has a lot to say but I gotta be honest there's always going to be time for us to say calls mo ń pè kan and I'm gonna pick one from this side. Tẹ́ni tí mo ń pè bá tètè wọlé fine tó bá ti wọlé then that means he's very busy he can't talk to us. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè one lele ó dẹ̀ kọ́ ẹyọ kan sí ẹ bá ṣe ní under 1 minute. Okay ṣé ti bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to resend it out. It's already on our timeline lórí Koikimedia ẹni tó bá mi translate it quickly not lẹ́ni ẹ̀ wà ọmọ Yorùbá ni wọ́n àwọn lọ́ba mi ṣe translation yẹn so I'm gonna get that video.
mo fẹ́ kọ́ ṣe auto caption so that tó ṣe ń sọ yẹn á máa jáde.
Okay ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yín ó máa dọ́dọ̀ yín nànà tó tẹ bá dẹ̀ ti ṣe ẹ ní láti send ẹ̀ padà sí mi so that ká lè tètè push it out. Ó ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yín nísìn ó ti dọ́dọ̀ yín tán thank you so much and that's one. I'm gonna take one more if that call comes through and then we're gonna end the broadcast. We should not let the fear of the Fulani chase us into the canal Kotode. What we should do is we prepare for them. How? Don't ask me. When are they coming? I don't know. When is there going to be the big boom? Nobody knows. I pray it's not going to happen. But evidence shows that these people are coming. And that's all I can say. Even the king, this is what he said before I go. The details of the central account is already on our timeline. We'll come back. This is going to be the last caller, and I'm only going to give him 1 minute. 1 minute start now. I go ahead straight because it's now exactly 10.
So, anyway, ó dùn mí gan ní àná àtìkò ó ṣe gbogbo ya lẹ́nu because àwọn guys yìí wọ́n ti already play cassette for wa láti for like a month or 2 months ago. So wọ́n dẹ̀ ti sọ pé àwọn retí alarm yàmi go ahead dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ mọ àròkọ tá a sọ fún wọn tí wọ́n bá adó àmì ewì wo fi wọ́n jẹ sẹ́ríkì yẹn náà wà lára ẹ̀. Tó fi gbá àtàkì yẹn wá. So gbogbo àwọn eléyìí bọ àwọn tá a bá ṣe ń pe bàbá kìíní kan ó yẹ kí àwọn youth ti get at least at this moment ní pọ́ńtì pé ó yẹ kó take anything at will ni do whatever tó bá wẹ̀ kò tí ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà bá lè ṣe kó gírì mọ́ Haúsá or Fúlàní wọ́n ti àwọn olórí burúkú ẹ̀ máa pàkúrú mọ́ Papa ni ọmọ àgbà so àwọn náà àwa ni à ń fa ìgbà tó ẹgbà gbé àdáda ni tá a wọnú gbogbo sábò àwọn mọ́lá tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pa wọn lọ bó ṣe wà àti wà ní ojú ọ̀nà tí.
àti wà lójú ọ̀nà. That's all I can take. I wish I can go further. I can't go further. I'm gonna play audio Ìgbòho lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí bàbá mi tó da Ìgbòho Òòṣà ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo tó ń lọ náà ló monitor and I'm in contact with him frequently. We're talking, but this is the message that he has asked me, to pass on to all the Yorubas from around the world. You've listened to it, but let's just play it towards the end again. It's already on our timeline. Everything Tibanshe, it is important that I don't tell you, subscribe. I don't say all that. To be honest with you, there's a lot happening, and you will get those information as quickly as possible on all our platforms when I have them. Sometimes it might be something I have to come back and talk to you live, or it might be something that we are posting. If you're not following all the platforms, I don't have to tell you which platform. Go and follow anyone that you think you're convenient with. We're trying our best in terms of pushing the message out. If you don't have a Twitter account, do go and go and get a Twitter account. It is very easy to get one. Are they going to defeat us? They are not going to defeat us, but they will create havoc. That havoc, we can minimize it as quickly as possible if we have the right intelligence. I don't want people to just send in a video by video. What I need from every one of you out there now, this right intelligence that we can use to neutralize the danger. And intelligence our intelligence come out there we've been following for the last 2 years. It hasn't yielded any results, but there are some that has given us the kind of result that we want. If you're working with the government, be rest assured that whatever you reveal to me is not going to come out if it's something that you don't want it to come out. If you're working with the Nigerian police, you have an information, get in touch with me through my email, musakalam@gmail.com or info@koikimedia.com. You can get in touch with me through my numbers +44475 94050979. If you're working with the federal government in Abuja and you have something sensitive, go get a new SIM card. Use that to communicate with me and destroy that SIM card. They cannot track you down, and they cannot. I've been monitoring that for the last 2 years. A lot of things have passed through that port authority that a lot of Yorubas do not know. They are ready to fight, and they will fight very, very dirty. Don't think United Nations is coming to help us. Don't think America is coming to help us. Don't think Great Britain, France, Germany, China, all these countries that you are probably relying on, they will come after millions of Yoruba people have been killed. My name is Olami Koiki. Let us listen to this audio one more time. Please do not call me after the broadcast. I'm going to take a bit of 1 hour break to just look after myself, especially I have to go and eat.
Governors wa káàkiri ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mo kí ẹ̀yin sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ orúkọ mi ní Sunday tí Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo ẹ̀mọ́ sí Sunday Igboho lẹ́yìn náà mo kí gbogbo àwa ìdílé tí àwọn èèyàn wa wà ní ibi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní jẹ́ kí àrírò ẹ̀ mọ́ Ọlọ́run ó sì jẹ́ kí kó tú gbogbo ẹbí àwọn tí nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní Catholic Church ní Ọ̀wọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá mi tù yín nínú Ọlọ́run dólẹ̀ mi gbogbo wa ẹ̀yin bàbá mi ẹ̀yin màmá mi ohun tí mo ń sọ òun ló ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí tí mo ń pariwo tí mo wá di burúkú lójú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀yin gómìnà ẹ̀yin sẹ́nítọ̀ ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí èmi ò bá gómìnà kankan jà mi ò dé bá sẹ́nítọ̀ kankan jà mi ò bọ́ nẹ́rẹ́bù kankan jà ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀yin ò rí nípa ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn Fúlàní yìí ń gbé ṣé wo bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá ní gbogbo ìgbà àwọn kan sọ Ìgbòho ló ń dà lúrú ó fẹ́ dà lúrú ni ó fẹ́ dá wa lálẹ́ ní sẹ́ẹ̀ tí wàá rí ń sìn kí ni wàhálà tí mo fẹ́ dálẹ̀ gbogbo nǹkan tọ́lọ́run fún yẹn lọ́lọ́run fún mi náà ṣùgbọ́n tí mi ń sọ ni yí pé tá a bá ń sọ yí pé kò kàn mí tó bá kan ní tí ó súnmọ́ wa ń kọ́ òun ni mo ṣe ń pariwo yẹn wípé kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ọmọdé tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ tó láyà kíkanjú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tájọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní yìí wọ́n ti káàkiri wọ́n ti sọ ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá ẹ̀wà àtọ́dún tó lọ́mọ tí ń ké ohun tí mo rí ẹ̀ rí ó sì bà náà ni kò tí ì bàjẹ́ mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ̀yin ọba ìjòyè ẹ̀yin alágbára ẹ̀yin gómìnà mi ò bẹ́ẹ̀ ní kankan jà Ọlọ́run lè rínú mi gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi mi ò fi bínú kò dẹ̀ dùn mí mo gbà pé bọ́lá ọ̀sẹ̀ kánàrà nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì bàjẹ́ jù ẹ tètè dìde kẹ́gbẹ́ wa kẹ́sọ gbogbo wa pọ̀ ká tètè gbára wa sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípò yìí kó tó di pé yóò late ẹ dákun ìmọ̀ràn mi ò ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò pọ̀ mo kàn fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwa Yorùbá ká síra wa lọ́kàn kó tó di pé yóò late mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ so mo rọ ẹ̀yin bàbá mi mo rọ ẹ̀yin mọ̀mọ́ mi mo rọ ọba mo rọ ìjòyè mo rọ gọ́fìnà mo rọ sẹ́nitọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè jẹ́ ká para wa pọ̀ ká gbalẹ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípò yìí ìwà wa ò papọ̀ àṣà wa ò papọ̀ ìṣesí wa ò papọ̀ àjọra wa rárá mo rọ yín ẹ dáhùn tí n bá ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan sẹ́nìkan tó bá ń dùn mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ dáríjì mi bí mo ṣe máa ń ṣe tó wà ọmọdé dẹ̀ ni mí ẹ dákun so Ọlọ́run ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yẹn Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní kó jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìdílé nìkan wa ẹjọ orúkọ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ní Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ̀ Sunday Igboho ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
Have a very good evening. Bye for now.